Sign in at the beginning and get the richest sister. The Empire Hotel. The sun is blazing. I'm really here for a class reunion. If you don't believe me, you can go in and confirm with my classmates. It's so hot, is it fun for us to waste time? Look at the time, 9:07. Chen Wei has been circling the door for more than 10 minutes, and the security guard refused to let him in. His lips were almost worn out, but the people didn't even look at him. Later, the security guard was really tired of listening, and sighed, "Boy, I've been a security guard here for almost 7 years. What kind of rich people haven't I seen? Don't you see where this is, the first hotel in Jiangcheng? I'm afraid your clothes are worth less than 100 yuan. Ask yourself, is this the place you should come to?" His words were full of disdain. I hope Chen Wei can leave by himself and don't increase his workload. Looking at the various luxury cars parked around and the people getting off them, he looked at them with mocking eyes. Chen Wei really felt that his rebirth was quite boring. Other people were given a system gift package after their rebirth, but he couldn't remember the lyrics of songs and didn't have the brains to start a business. He only got 2,000 to 3,000 yuan a month and had to look at the boss's face and be a grandson. Now he is 20 years old and doesn't even have a wife, let alone a wife or a girlfriend. Take out the phone and find Sun Qiang. The number you dialed is temporarily unanswered. Please call again later. Open the text message again. February 20th 15:12 and 20 seconds. Sun Qiang, remember to come to the class reunion at 9 o'clock tomorrow night. February 21st 20:58 and 31 seconds. Chen Wei, well, I'm here, the security guard won't let me in, you come out to pick me up, read. Sigh. Chen Wei turned around and planned to leave. Slam on the brakes. A sports car stopped in front of Chen Wei, their window was lowered, and the man took off his sunglasses. Isn't this Chen Wei? I haven't seen you for a few years. You really have lived in a doghouse. If I were a security guard, I wouldn't let you in. Although he hadn't seen him for many years, Sun Qiang posted kissing photos of him and various beauties on his WeChat moments every day. Chen Wei couldn't help but remember them. I'm sorry to make you laugh. Chen Wei smiled bitterly, probably knowing why Sun Qiang wanted him to attend the class reunion. How dare I laugh at you? You were a little devil who dominated the world in school. Look at the scar on my face. It hasn't disappeared until now. Sun Qiang snorted. I was young and frivolous and ignorant back then. I apologize to you here. Chen Wei just wanted to live a stable life and didn't want to offend anyone. Sun Qiang's sports car cost at least 700,000 or 800,000 yuan, and he couldn't afford to offend him. Okay, since we are old classmates, I will not bear grudges and will not argue with you. Let's do this. You bow to me and call me Brother Qiang. The past grudges are over. Sun Qiang tried to suppress the smile on his face. Chen Wei put his hands together at the seam of his pants and slowly bent down. Qiang. Checking the environment. Name, Chen Wei. Age, 20. Gender, male. Occupation, dishwasher. Identity confirmation completed, sign-in system is binding. Sign-in system. Is my hard life finally over? As an old novel bookworm, Chen Wei certainly knows what this means. His domineering and awesome life is about to begin. Sign-in system binding successful. Do you want to sign in for the first time? Sign in. If you don't sign in, you are grandson. Sign in successfully, current sign in times 1 day, first sign in reward, richest sister, issued. What the hell? Richest sister. Chen Wei's mind was a little confused. Bang. Damn. Who dares to hit me? Sun Qiang was about to complain, but when he turned around and saw the Haijua worth more than 30 million, he immediately shut up. All his family's assets added up were not as valuable as a car. How dare he mess with it? The car door opened, and a pair of flawless white long legs first caught his eye. The woman had willow eyebrows and a nose, moist red lips, and hair like a waterfall. Her figure was so slender that she could not see any extra fat under the tight skirt. She was a goddess. Su Qingyu. I heard Sun Qiang spit out the 3 words Su Qingyu in shock. Chen Wei had some impression that she seemed to be the richest woman in Jiangcheng. Sun Qiang's car was hit by her, which was really unlucky. He was speechless and couldn't say anything. Chen Wei is now very worried that after Su Qingyu leaves, Sun Qiang will take out his anger on him. It just so happens that Sun Qiang also has this plan. He has to find someone to vent his anger on, and he thinks Chen Wei is a good choice. You dare to bully my brother? Su Qingyue's eyes are as cold as ice knives, questioning. Mr. Su, how dare I bully your brother? Sun Qiang was confused. He even dared to bully the brother of the richest woman in Jiangcheng. This Sun Qiang is really brave. Chen Wei smiled secretly. Brother, tell me, did he bully you? Are you talking to me? Chen Wei turned his head and looked around. There was no one else around. Su Qingyue's brother can't be a hotel security guard, right? I'm not talking to you, am I talking to a ghost? Su Qingyu said coquettishly. Oh? That's right. Sign-in system. Chen Wei suddenly remembered that the reward for his first sign-in was the richest man's sister. Could it be? The richest woman in Jiangcheng is actually my sister? This happiness came a little suddenly. Chen Wei, no, Mr. Chen, you are Mr. Su's brother, why didn't you tell me earlier? If you had told me earlier, I wouldn't have dared to act rashly in front of you. Sun Qiang's heart was hanging in his throat. I didn't expect Chen Wei to deliberately pretend to be a pig and eat the tiger. This time, it's a big deal. Good brother, how do you want to deal with this guy? Let his company go bankrupt and become a homeless man? Or sell him to South Africa for mining? Su Qingyu asked Chen Wei for his opinion. Can you do it? Hearing Chen Wei ask this, Sun Qiang's heart instantly sank. He hurriedly opened the car door, plopped, and knelt in front of Chen Wei without hesitation, kowtowed and said, Mr. Chen, I didn't recognize the great man before, please forgive me, let me go. The crying tone was obvious. Seeing Sun Qiang like this, Chen Wei just said, it's so cool. Sister, South Africa is not developed, we should help them as much as we can, I think your suggestion is very good. Okay, I'll ask someone to book the earliest flight and send him to South Africa. Su Qingyu nodded. Then she picked up the phone, hello, Uncle Fu, regarding Shui Company, within 3 minutes, I want to bankrupt him. Then ask someone to book the earliest flight, if there is no flight, charter a plane, and send the chairman to South Africa to mine. Good brother, are you satisfied with what my sister did? Su Qingyu asked tenderly, changing her serious style. Satisfied, very satisfied. The phone rang. What? I'm bankrupt. Sun Qiang said in despair. Chapter 2, Come clean the toilets at our company. The phone hit the floor. Chen Xiao. Suzong. Don't go. Please, have mercy, let me go, look at our past as classmates. Sun Qiang said, crying uncontrollably. If you dare say another word and interfere with my brother's decision, I guarantee your end will be even worse than this. The aura Su Qingyu emitted made everyone shiver. The words Sun Qiang had nearly spoken were immediately swallowed back down. Seeing this scene, the young security guard no longer had any hint of disdain on his face. He bowed deeply and opened the glass door for the two. Sis. Chen Wei hesitated. What, you find your sister troublesome? Su Qingyu slightly turned, asking. Her face showed no sign of resentment toward Chen Wei. It was normal for him to feel uncomfortable about suddenly having an extra sister. No, it's just that I'm all sweaty and your dress looks expensive, don't want to dirty it, Chen Wei explained, shaking his head. Seeing Su Qingyu stunned and silent, Chen Wei became worried. Sis, did I say something wrong? Su Qingyu shook her head, smiling as she leaned on Chen Wei's shoulder. No, I'm just very happy to find such a thoughtful brother. She snapped her fingers. Mr. Su, what can I do for you? The lobby manager quickly approached. That security guard at the door, I don't want to see him here again. Otherwise, your hotel won't have a reason to exist anymore. Wow, my sister is so cool. Yes, Mr. Su, I'll take care of it immediately. Sis, suddenly having me as your brother, don't you think it's a bit strange? On their way to the private room, Chen Wei couldn't hold it in anymore and asked. Do I need to feel strange? Su Qingyu countered. The system is amazing. All right, I'm not joking anymore. Su Qingyu stretched out her hand and gently twisted Chen Wei's nose. Then she asked, do you remember a week ago when you donated blood by the roadside? Chen Wei nodded, excited. Of course I remember. That nurse was a trainee, and she drew more blood than she was supposed to. Su Qingyu covered her face and smiled, continuing, your blood type is very special, just like my mother's. How special? Chen Wei asked curiously. Very rare, Su Qingyu replied. Like auntie. Still calling her auntie. Su Qingyu gave him a teasing glance. So you're saying my blood saved mom? You're so smart. Su Qingyu confirmed, that's right. If it weren't for your blood, my mom might have. Chen Wei extended his hand and gently patted Su Qingyu's shoulder. Su Qingyu, leaning closely, corrected him, I mean, our mom. She's doing well now and will be out of the hospital soon. We're just thinking about how to repay you, so we investigated your background. That's why mom and I decided we wanted to be your family. Of course, if you don't want that, I can give you 1 billion or a company. You'd never have to worry about food and clothes again for the rest of your life. Su Qingyu gave him another option. Although she was very fond of this brother, she couldn't force him, could she? 1 billion. Actually, my sister is the one who got me the blood, but in name, I signed in and got her. If I reject her. Chen Wei had read enough novels where the protagonist angered the system and got struck by lightning. No, I choose to be the brother. Money is just material, family is more valuable. Chen Wei said, his eyes filled with determination. Good brother. For O2, it should be this one. Looking at the door number. Chen Wei thought for a moment, then decided to speak up. Sis, can we keep some distance? Don't get me wrong, I've never been around such a beautiful girl before. I'm a little nervous, afraid my classmates will laugh at me later. Such a beautiful girl. Su Qingyu, the #1 beauty in Jiangcheng City, had heard this many times. But coming from Chen Wei, somehow it sounded so pleasant. All right, I respect your wishes. Su Qingyu let go of him and took a half step back. Is this enough? Enough. Chen Wei nodded seriously. With a heavy sound, Chen Wei opened the door to the private room. Instantly, everyone's eyes turned toward him. Which old classmate is this? Why are you dressed like that? Hey, did you come to the wrong private room? Although they didn't recognize Chen Wei instantly recognized several people in the room. Jiang Dachuan, Xiong Lin, Lu Kai, many of them had been his close friends when they were in school. Wait. You can't be Chen Wei, right? At that moment, Jiang Dachuan suddenly spoke. Dachuan, you still remember me? Chen Wei was a little surprised, a flash of brightness appearing in his dim eyes. Don't get me wrong. I just heard from Sun Qiang that you're doing all sorts of dirty and tiring work, earning 3,000 a month at their company. Jiang Dachuan, now a social figure, wouldn't want to be seen associating with Chen Wei. It would be beneath him, right? 3,000. The lowest salary here is at least 10,000 a month. I never expected the former little tyrant to end up like this, har har. Well then, call me Brother Zhao, and I'll give you 4,000. Come work for us at our company, cleaning toilets. What do you think, everyone? Am I a good guy? Brother Zhao is really righteous. In these people's eyes, Chen Wei's value seemed to be reduced to a source of amusement. A good laugh can add years to your life, so I guess he has some value. Wait, don't you think the woman with Chen Wei looks really familiar? Damn. Su Qingyu, is she our old classmate? As soon as one person noticed Su Qingyu, everyone's attention immediately shifted to her. Zhao Li, holding a glass of wine, walked over to Su Qingyu and greeted her, Ms. Su, hello. I'm Zhao Li, the vice president of BUA Company. It's a pleasure to meet you. Slap. The atmosphere in the room instantly froze. No one had expected Su Qingyu to slap Zhao Li. Feeling the sting on his face, Zhao Li dared not speak out, but hesitantly asked, Ms. Su, did I offend you in some way? Su Qingyu, cold as ice, ignored him and took out her phone to call the president of BUA Company. Zhao Li works for your company, right? He dared to insult my brother. I expect a perfect solution from you, or I may need to reconsider your company's cooperation proposal. Almost as soon as she hung up the phone, Zhao Li's phone rang. It was a call from the president of BUA Company. Zhao Li tremblingly answered the phone, but before he could say anything, he was met with a barrage of scolding. Mr. Zhang, you can't just fire me like this. I've worked so hard for the company for years. Don't I have any credit? Hello. Zhao Li insulted Su Qingyue's brother? Even if he had 100 guts, he wouldn't dare to do that. Could it be that? Chapter 3, Sign In and 3 Gifts. 4. Everyone's gaze instantly returned to Chen Wei. Though they were in disbelief, they couldn't come up with a better explanation. Chen Wei was the richest man in Jiangcheng City, the brother of the famous Su Qingyu. Mr. Su, I really don't know when I offended your brother. I was blind, please spare me and revoke your command. Zhao Li, clueless about his impending doom, pleaded. Just firing you isn't enough to satisfy me. Brother, how do you want to handle him? Su Qingyu turned to Chen Wei, passing the decision to him. At the moment when Zhao Li's gaze followed Su Qingyu's to rest on Chen Wei, he was stunned. Chen Wei was Su Qingyu's brother? Didn't he want me to clean toilets? Sis, does our company need toilet cleaners? Chen Wei asked, making it clear he now knew Zhao Li was in deep trouble. Zhao Li had clearly walked straight into a trap. Brother, it's not that I'm scolding you, but sending him to clean toilets at our company isn't punishment, it's a reward, Su Qingyu said, smiling lightly. Clean toilets. A reward. Chen Wei was confused, not quite catching on to the deeper meaning in Su Qingyu's words. His original salary was 12,000 a month, but our company's toilet workers make over 15,000 a month. With a salary for toilet cleaning higher than 15,000, one could only imagine how terrifying Su Qingyu's financial power really was. Upon hearing this, Zhao Li quickly nodded, desperate to salvage his situation. I'm willing. I'm willing to clean toilets. Please, Mr. Chen, Miss Su, give me a chance. Want to clean toilets? Sorry, you don't have the qualification. Chen Wei said coldly. Then he turned to Su Qingyu, sis, you decide. I'll follow your lead. Since the plane has taken off yet, let him and that Sun Qiong go to South Africa to mine, how about that? Sure. Chen Wei nodded in agreement. What? Even Sun Qiong, worth millions, had fallen. Brother Wei, long time no see. Let me toast to you. At that moment, Jiang Dachuan came over with a drink, trying to strike up a conversation with Chen Wei. We know each other. Chen Wei's simple question left Jiang Dachuan frozen on the spot. Sis, let's go home. There's no need to stay at this reunion. Okay, whatever you say. As Su Qingyu rested her head on Chen Wei's shoulder like a delicate bird, no one could have expected the rumored icy female CEO to show such a side. The crowd looked at each other, feeling awkward. They had originally thought Chen Wei was just some insignificant figure, a joke. But now, reality had slapped them all in the face. Come on, classmates, let us continue drinking, get drunk. Jiang Dachuan's words were interrupted as the hotel manager approached with a team of people. Sorry, you've all been blacklisted by the Imperial Restaurant. We will never serve you again. Please leave immediately. Jiang Dachuan's voice died in the air as the atmosphere dropped to freezing point. In the car. Sis, thank you for helping me keep face in front of those classmates, Chen Wei said sincerely. We're family, what is there to thank? If they don't give you face, they are not giving face to me, Su Qingyu. From now on, anyone who dares to bully you, I, Su Qingyu, will never let them off. Su Qingyu patted her chest, swearing fiercely. Is this what it feels like to have family? Millimeter. Chen Wei smiled and nodded. However, Su Qingyu's lips parted slightly, as if about to say something but stopped herself. However. Sis, go ahead. I'm ready for whatever you say, Chen Wei comforted her. All right. Su Qingyu lightly tapped her head before continuing, Mom doesn't just have me as her daughter. In fact, you have 3 other sisters besides me. 3 other sisters. Buy 1, get 3 free. My second sister, that is, your second sister, you probably won't be unfamiliar with her. Her name is Sumeyu. Sumeyu, that super big star. Chen Wei had stayed up late watching the dramas she starred in. She was not just a pretty face, her acting was top-notch and didn't lose to any veteran actors. Despite her young age, she had won the Best Actress award twice. Exactly, the same Sumeyu you know. Then there's your third sister, Su Mengdai. This name might sound unfamiliar, but if I say her pen name, you'll definitely recognize it, Xu Nie Shi Chen. Xu Nie Shi Chen. That is the platinum tier genius female author from Zhejiang, a writing machine who updates 20,000 words a day and makes over 100 million a year. Every book of hers gets adapted into films, comics, and explodes in popularity. Coincidentally, the drama Chen Wei had stayed up to watch was based on her novel. Such an amazing person is my sister. Then there's your fourth sister, Su Yuman. You might not have heard of her, but she is a popular streamer with the nickname Not Proud at All. Not proud at all. Although she was less popular compared to the other two, she was the queen of Tiger Shark Live, with millions of fans. Rumor has it that one of her live streams earned millions in tips. At her peak, she made a record by receiving over 10 million in gifts in just 2 hours, which led to harsh criticism from some media outlets. Sis, Mom's genes are just too amazing. I'm the one who should be embarrassed. By the way, what does Mom do? Lin Chuyu. Lin Chuyu. Bang. Chen Wei stood up excitedly, gasping, holding his head. It hurts. Are you okay? Su Qingyu gently rubbed Chen Wei's head, concerned. I'm fine. Chen Wei wiped away a tear, confirming, is it really that legendary diva, Lin Chuyu? Yes, that's her, Su Qingyu confirmed. If it weren't for the awakening of the system, Chen Wei wouldn't dare to stay in such a family. Because my sister and my mom are just too amazing. By the way, I still haven't told you something important. Su Qingyu continued, for now, besides me, your other 3 sisters. I get it. They still can't accept having me as their brother, right? Chen Wei wasn't stupid, he could guess. Millimeter, but don't worry. Even if they don't accept you as their brother, you'll always be my brother, Su Qingyu's brother. Su Qingyu reached out and hugged Chen Wei. So soft. So warm. Sis, if you keep doing this, I might suffocate. Har, sorry. Hearing this, Su Qingyu quickly released him and suggested, let us go to the mall and buy you some clothes. We'll also get a few gifts for them, to improve our relationship. Okay, I'll follow you, sis. Chapter 4 I can't afford it but my sister can. Pearl Department Store. As soon as Su Qingyu showed up, she became the focus of everyone's attention. Men couldn't easily take their eyes off her, and even women couldn't help but want to be intimate with her. With such a stunning sister, Chen Wei has to admit that he is under a lot of pressure now. Obviously, many people regarded him as the only discordant existence around Su Qingyu. Who is that guy? Why is he so close to President Su? Wow. I'm so jealous. You must have saved the world in your past life. No, the galaxy. Saved the galaxy in your previous life? If it were someone else, they probably wouldn't be able to answer this question with certainty, but Chen Wei was different. He clearly remembered that in his previous life, he was very ordinary, even unlucky, otherwise he wouldn't have had a car accident. Sister will go pick out some gifts that they like. After you choose the clothes, wait for me to come back and check out. Su Qingyu took Chen Wei to a trendy brand store and reminded him again and again before leaving. I understand, sister. Chen Wei felt like he was being treated like a child, but it didn't feel bad. Turning back and taking a look at this trendy brand store that he had to avoid before, Chen Wei couldn't help but sigh, it's good to have a system. One day of awakening is worth 20 years of my hard work. Walk into the store. Although his sister is the richest person in Jiangcheng, Chen Wei also has self-esteem and cannot waste other people's money casually. He plans to pick out a few of the cheapest clothes and repay Su Qingyu when he is able to do so in the future. At least for now, I can't let my other 3 sisters look down on me. Welcome light. When I walked into the store, the clerk was all smiles. But when he looked up and saw Chen Wei's outfit clearly, his face changed faster than turning the pages of a book, and he said with disgust, excuse me, sir, this is a high-end clothing store. If you want to buy clothes, please go across the street. They are having a 70% discount there and they are clearing out their stock. This society is really realistic. No, I'll buy it here. Chen Wei said firmly. Buy it here? Can you afford it? The clerk laughed. He had originally planned to persuade Chen Wei to give up, but who knew that this guy would be so ignorant? Why do you think I can't afford it? Chen Wei asked curiously. The clerk looked him up and down and said reasonably, the total cost of your outfit is definitely no more than 100 yuan. Your monthly salary should be around 3,000 yuan. And the cheapest pair of pants here is equivalent to your salary for half a year. Tell me, can you afford it? I can't afford it, but my sister can, Chen Wei replied. Sister? Who is your sister? If you know what's best for you, leave now, or I'll call security. The clerk said disdainfully. My younger brother is dressed so poorly, how rich can my older sister be? Da. The sound of rapid footsteps of high heels hitting the ground. Su Qingyu. The clerk often saw Su Qingyu's cover photo on Fortune magazine and recognized her at a glance. This is a big shot. As long as the business is successful, you can earn a year's salary in one day. Su Xiao. Bang. Feeling the stinging pain on her face, the shop assistant was confused. What had she done wrong? She didn't remember having done anything to provoke Su Qingyu, and she didn't have the courage to do so. Brother, there are many people in this world who look down on others. I was inconsiderate before. Take this card and use it as you like. Black card. The supreme bank card that only those with assets of 100 billion are eligible to apply for. This shabby dressed man is actually the younger brother of the famous President Su Qingyu. Now, the salesgirl finally understood what Chen Wei meant when he said, I can't afford it, but my sister can. Ms. Su, I'm really sorry that this happened. I would like to express my sincere apologies to both of you. As compensation, all your purchases in our store today will be waived in full. Seeing this, the store manager hurriedly ran out and bowed to apologize to Su Qingyu and Chen Wei. If I continue to stand by and watch, I will no longer be able to be a store manager. Feeling the cold gaze of the store manager, the clerk stammered, Manager, What are you talking about? Pack up your things and get out. Chen Wei picked out a few pieces of clothing that fit him fairly well. Although the store manager said that the full amount would be waived, there was no need to take advantage of others and avoid people talking behind their backs and bringing discredit to Su Qingyu. The total is 230,000. Thank you Mr. Chen and Ms. Su for your patronage. The store manager handed the bank card back to Chen Wei with both hands. 320,000. Chen Wei was inevitably shocked by the price. Brother, I find that you look much more handsome after dressing up. There seemed to be stars twinkling in Su Qingyu's eyes. These words were definitely not meant to flatter Chen Wei, but came from her heart. If my sister likes it, the money is worth it. I like it. I like it very much. Su Qingyu hugged Chen Wei's arm tightly. The more she looked at this younger brother, the more she liked him. Feeling the softness of his arm sinking into it, Chen Wei couldn't help swallowing. Afterwards, under the guidance of Su Qingyu, he bought a gift for each of his three sisters. As the eldest sister, Su Qingyu knows the preferences of her younger sisters very well. Once this gift is given out, it will definitely add a lot of points. Seeing Su Qingyu giving him millions without blinking an eye, Chen Wei already had a plan in mind. Sister, wait for me here, I'll go in and buy something. Pharmacy? Okay. Su Qingyu couldn't understand why Chen Wei went into the pharmacy and why he didn't even bring his bank card. Soon, Chen Wei came out of the pharmacy. He handed a small medicine box to Su Qingyu. Sister, you sit in the office for a long time all day, your shoulders must be very sore, right? I have used this medicine patch before, and it works very well. I am not rich yet, so I can't give you any good gifts. I will give you some when I am rich in the future. Dragon Tiger Pain Relief Patch. Su Qingyu stared at it for a long time, and tears as big as beans fell down. Sister, why are you crying? Is it because the gift I gave you is too? No. I'm just too happy to have such a sensible and good brother. Su Qingyu shook her head, hugged Chen Wei tightly, stood on tiptoe, and kissed him lightly on the forehead. Su Qingyu never thought that Chen Wei would consider this matter. Sister, so many people are watching us. Chen Wei's old face turned red and he felt a little embarrassed. What are you afraid of? I kiss my own brother, what does it have to do with them? If you don't agree, go back and kiss your own brother. Su Qingyu said domineeringly. Let's go home first. Although he said that, Chen Wei still found it a little unbearable. Okay, I'll listen to you. Su Qingyu nodded obediently. In the car. Su Qingyu lifted her skirt and pulled her hair aside, exposing her white jade shoulders. She said, Come on, little brother, help me put it on. Sister, you are forcing me to commit a crime. Even the female driver swallowed her saliva after seeing it. Chapter 5, Fourth Sister's Defense Plan. This medicine patch is really effective. Her shoulders felt warm and no longer as stiff as before. Su Qingyu was very satisfied with this gift. Xiaowei, why is your face so red? Do you have a fever? Su Qingyu turned her head to look at Chen Wei, unable to help but worry. No, maybe it's because it's too hot. Chen Wei used his hand as a fan to cool himself down. Chen Wei said he felt uncomfortable having a sister who had no idea of her own charm. I'll open the window for you. Use the air conditioner less. It can easily give you a headache. Thank you, sis. Hearing these conversations, the female driver couldn't help but laugh. I wonder if being President Su's younger brother is a blessing or a torture. And at the same time, in the Su family villa. In Su Mingjia's room, she was wearing a red sportswear, squatting on a chair, with a ponytail and a heat sink on her head. Her 10 fingers were typing quickly on the keyboard, typing away with great concentration. There are clearly visible dark circles around her eyes, but even so, it still cannot conceal her fresh and refined temperament. Bang! At this moment, Su Yuming suddenly pushed open the door and rushed in. Sister. My eldest sister said that she will bring that man home soon. Do you still have the heart to play on the computer here? Su Yuming and Su Mengdai have completely different styles. She is wearing a one-piece pink pajamas, which is many times larger than her petite figure. It is loose, but it adds a lot of cuteness to her. The double buns are a plus. Play? I'm working. I finally got some inspiration and can write a few thousand words. Can you please stop disturbing me? I beg you. Su Mengdai said this without even looking at Su Yuming. Her fingers are still jumping quickly on the keyboard, like an experienced dancer. Watching her typing seems to be a kind of enjoyment. Sister, I don't understand. You are so famous now. 2,000 words you write are more valuable than hundreds of thousands of words written by others. Why do you have to work so hard? This question has troubled Su Yuming for a long time. I don't know about others, but what I write must be worthy of the reader's love. Su Mengdai expressed. Okay, I won't disturb you anymore. I'll think of a defense plan myself. No matter what, we can't let that man live in our house. Su Yuming snorted and closed the door. My eldest sister has defected to the enemy, my second sister is flying back and forth between China and abroad all day and has no time, and my third sister can't be relied on. Sigh, as the younger sister, I'm really tired. I have given so much, for this family. Su Yuming deliberately said in a very old-fashioned tone. Everyone says my cooking is bad, so I'll cook a table of delicious food to treat you. If you don't eat it or find it bad, Su Yuming waved the spatula in her hand and laughed, I'll complain to everyone and say you don't respect people. The number of words in this edition, 20223. Call. She leaned back and stretched, her clothes lifted up, revealing her snow-white belly. I finally finished writing. Wait. What's that smell? Is there a fire? Su Mengdai frowned, realizing that something was wrong, and quickly opened the door and rushed out. Lying on the fence on the second floor, looking at the table full of dark, indescribable food. Su Mengdai breathed a sigh of relief. It turns out it wasn't a fire, it was Yu Meng who was cooking. Wait, Yu Meng is cooking? Judging from her expression, this seemed to be something more frightening to her than catching fire. Sister, have you finished writing? That's great. I have prepared the meal too. Do you want to come down and eat together? Su Yuming showed a kind smile. No, thanks. I just came out to get some fresh air. I haven't finished writing yet. Eat yourselves, don't worry about me, I'm not hungry. Bang. Close the door and remember to lock it. Seeing this scene, Su Yuming was not angry at all. Instead, she was very happy, and there was an obvious conspiracy on her face. The key turned and the sound of the door opening came in. Su Yuming hurried over. Sister, you're back. Yu Meng, why are your face and body so dirty? What's that smell? Su Qingyu raised her chin slightly and sniffed. Sister, we have a guest coming. I specially prepared a table of delicious food for him. Su Yuming's eyes fell on Chen Wei. He looked okay, with a score of 85, but he was a little thin and not strong enough. Delicious food. Are you sure you don't want to poison your brother? Su Qingyu frowned and asked worriedly. Sister, has this been my image in your mind? I tried so hard to make you proud, but you actually did that to me. I am so sad. Just keep acting. Chen Wei stood aside and watched Su Yumeng act quietly. You're lucky you did this in front of me. If it were your second sister, she would probably scold you again. It doesn't matter if your acting is bad, just don't show it off. Su Qingyu is not stupid. She has been sisters with Su Yumeng for so many years. You can tell what she thinks just by looking at her face without asking. Su Yumeng. Are you really my sister? I couldn't be adopted. Sister, why do you always speak in favor of outsiders? As she said this, Su Yumeng glared at Chen Wei fiercely. What does it have to do with me? I am your sister, you are not adopted, you were picked up from the trash can, and… Su Qingyu said seriously, Xia Wei is not an outsider, he is my brother, and also your brother. I don't have a younger brother, sister. You are so smart, can't you see it? He is just greedy for our family's money. Why can't we just give him a few tens of millions and send him away? Why should we make him a younger brother? Su Yumeng thought she had seen through it. Su Yumeng, please watch your words. Su Qingyu was really angry. You only know how to side with outsiders. I'm not going to pay attention to you. Su Yumeng was also so angry that she stomped her feet, clenched her little pink fists, turned around and ran away. Xia Wei, don't take it to heart. Yu Meng is very kind. She just can't accept the sudden appearance of a younger brother. Give her some time. I'm fine. Chen Wei was very grateful to Su Qingyu for taking care of his feelings. Alas, Yu Meng is the same. She obviously has no talent for cooking, but she insists on cooking, wasting so much food. Looking at the table full of indescribable things, Su Qingyu raised her hand to support her forehead, feeling a headache. What are you going to do? After all, it was made specially for me. It would be a shame not to try it. Stop. This is not edible. Su Qingyu wanted to stop him, but it was too late. Are you okay? Su Qingyu asked tentatively. It's okay. Chen Wei shook his head and forced a smile. It's just that the heat is too high. If you can control the heat well, don't mistake sugar for salt and vinegar for soy sauce, and put a little less, it should still taste good. Are you really okay? Sister, can I use the toilet? Chapter 6, Chef Brother. Xie Wei, are you okay? Do you want to see a doctor? Su Qingyu asked worriedly when she saw Chen Wei holding his stomach, hunched over, with a sallow face, walking out of the bathroom holding the wall. No, it's okay. It may be because of lack of exercise and my physical fitness can't keep up. Chen Wei waved his hand, telling Su Qingyu not to worry. Seeing her frowning and holding the phone, I asked, Sister, is there something wrong? The nanny has taken a leave to go home. I wanted to order takeout, but for some reason, all the nearby takeout delivery services suddenly stopped working. The nearest one will arrive in 3 hours. How long do I have to wait? Su Qingyu explained. It seems that there is no one who is 100% perfect in this world. The Su sisters can't cook. This actually made Chen Wei feel a lot more balanced. Sister, are there any vegetables in the refrigerator? Chen Wei asked. Yes, I do. Su Qingyu knew that children from poor families grow up early, so she was not surprised that Chen Wei could cook. But seeing that Chen Wei was under the weakness buff, Su Qingyu couldn't help but worry. Let me do it. It's not convenient to go out so late at night. Chen Wei volunteered and walked towards the kitchen. Okay, I'll help you. Su Qingyu knew that she couldn't persuade Chen Wei, so she decided to help him share some of the burden. Then sister, can you help me cut this potato? Chen Wei washed the potatoes and handed them to Su Qingyu. Oh. Okay. Su Qingyu quickly tied on her apron, took the potato from Chen Wei's hand, placed it flat in the center of the chopping board, then took out the sharp knife and held it with both hands. Bang! Cut it off. Those who know that this is cutting vegetables may think they are fighting a war, while those who don't may think they are fighting a war. All in all, the momentum is good. Sister, we're not having curry today. Also, forget about peeling the potatoes first. I'll do the cutting. You can help me peel the garlic and wash the vegetables. Yes. Su Qingyu obeyed Chen Wei's command completely. Outside, she is an iceberg female president admired by everyone, but at home, she is just a kitchen novice who doesn't even know how to peel potatoes. However, she has a brother who is a chef. Wow. Xiaowei, your knife skills are so sharp. You can actually cut it so finely. Is it easier to peel garlic after it's crushed? Really? Xiaowei, you really know a lot. Oh my god. Xiaowei, you can even flip the spoon. Whoever marries you in the future will definitely be in for a treat. From the beginning to the end, Su Qingyue's voice of amazement never stopped. This really satisfied Chen Wei's vanity. Spicy and sour shredded potatoes, stir-fried pork with green peppers, spicy chicken, minced meat with eggplant, and meatball soup were all served on the table. As for Su Yumen's masterpiece, Su Qingyu mercilessly dumped it into the trash can. What Chen Wei made is called food, but what she made, it's called biological weapons. Sister, why isn't the takeaway delivered yet? Is there anything we can eat at home? At this time, Su Mengdai finally couldn't stand the rumbling stomach anymore and walked out of the room tiredly. Why order takeout? Xiaowei cooked. We're in for a treat tonight. Su Qingyu thought, oh, by the way, ask Yumeng to come down and eat together. This cheap little brother can actually cook. Su Mengdai said with some surprise. For her, cooking is no less difficult than a boss level in a game. But Su Mengdai is different from Su Yumeng, she has her own ideas. Boom. 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 Passing by Su Yumeng's room, he stopped, knocked on the door, and shouted, Yumeng, come out to eat. I don't want to eat. Su Yumeng's dragon roar came from inside the door. Why is this girl so angry for no reason? Su Mengdai didn't think much about it and turned to go downstairs. Where is Yumeng? Su Qingyu asked when she saw Su Mengdai coming down alone. She said she wasn't hungry. Sitting down and looking at the 4 dishes and 1 soup, Su Mengjia's eyes lit up. It looks good, but I wonder how it tastes. Picking up the chopsticks, he picked up a few shredded potatoes, put them in his mouth and chewed them. Su Mengdai widened her eyes, looked at Chen Wei in disbelief, and said secretly, this brother is good. Then there was the stir-fried pork with green peppers. The green peppers were cooked to perfection, crispy and delicious, and paired with the soft pork, it was a perfect match. Because the spicy chicken has been marinated in advance, the flavor does not just remain on the surface, but fully absorbs the soup. It is spicy but not irritating, making people unable to stop eating. The tomato sauce is soft and mushy, like eating hot ice cream, the skin is slightly burnt, and the minced meat is like dried fruit, and is equally delicious. Finally, have a mouthful of meatball soup, life is so comfortable. Bang! Footsteps came from the 2nd floor. Aren't you hungry? Su Qingyu joked. I wasn't hungry the last second, so who can decide what will happen in the next second? Su Yumeng served herself a full bowl of rice and sat next to Chen Wei. Before she picked up her chopsticks, she glared at him fiercely. It was as if she was telling Chen Wei that she would remember this grudge. This shredded potato. Delicious. This minced meat and eggplant. Delicious. This spicy chicken is still delicious. This meatball soup is delicious. She is not a scholar, why does she use so many adjectives? Simple and rough is the best. Excuse me, I need to go to the restroom. Chen Wei put down his bowl and chopsticks and trotted away. How disgusting. I'm eating. Su Yumeng showed a look of disgust and suddenly felt a little loss of appetite. Who do you think did it? Su Qingyu asked. What does it have to do with me? He can't be like this because he ate something I cooked, right? Su Yumeng laughed. Seeing Su Qingyue's cold face, Su Yumeng remained silent. But Ren said stubbornly, any fool can see that the food I made cannot be eaten. He insisted on eating it, which only means that he gave up. I'm full, I'm going to go out for a walk. Alas, I don't know when this girl will grow up. Su Qingyu sighed when she saw Su Yumeng walking out of the house. Sister, do you want this soup? If not, I'll mix it with rice. Su Mengdai asked. You mix it. Burp tilde, it can be seen that Su Mengdai is a very casual person at home. Su Qingyu seemed to have gotten used to this and rolled her eyes at her. Sister, it's getting late. I'm going to bed first. I have to go to the editorial office tomorrow morning to talk to people about publishing. Su Mengdai walked upstairs, yawning. Okay. Su Qingyu agreed, Xiaowei, sit down and rest for a while. I'll wash the dishes. Then I'll trouble you, sister. Chen Wei felt that he couldn't bear it any longer and wanted to lie down for a while. His eyes met Su Mengdai, and he heard her say, "You are a good cook. I will treat you to a feast next time." Before Chen Wei could answer, Su Mengdai had already closed the door. He is a man of vigor and determination. In the middle of the night, Chen Wei was sleeping soundly. Suddenly I heard the door open, very quietly. He didn't say anything, just squinted his eyes and observed secretly. Judging from the height, it should be Su Yuman. Sneaking into someone's room late at night, could it be that she hasn't given up yet? Gone? Turn on the bedside lamp. There was a medicine box on the bedside table with 4 words written on it, Wei Tai granules. Chapter 7 Second sign in. It seems that this person is not that bad. Chen Wei raised the corner of his mouth and smiled slightly. After taking it, my stomach felt much more relaxed and I could sleep well. Hey! Lazy guy, the sun is already shining on your butt, get up. Su Yuman's voice rang in her ears. Chen Wei hugged the quilt tightly, turned over, and said drowsily, "Sleep for a while, let me sleep for another 5 minutes, just 5 minutes." "What do you mean by sleeping for 5 more minutes? Hurry up and get up and cook." Su Yuman grabbed a corner of the bed sheet and pulled it hard. This pull made her completely dumbfounded. "Arr!" A scream spread throughout the villa, and even the beautiful woman who was jogging outside the villa in the morning was frightened and almost fell down. Not to mention Chen Wei, who was so close that he felt that if Su Yuman's voice was a little louder, it would burst his eardrums. "What are you doing? Screaming so loudly?" Chen Wei said speechlessly. Why are you not wearing any clothes?" Su Yuman covered her eyes with one hand and pointed at Chen Wei with the other. From time to time, she would spread her fingers a little and observe Chen Wei through the gaps between her fingers. "Oh my god! I didn't expect that he has such a good body, with a bare waist and 8 abdominal muscles that are so neat that they look like they were carved with a knife, very 3-dimensional. His pectoral muscles and biceps are even better, very tight, and people don't think of him as a muscular monster. He is definitely the ideal body for Su Yuman's boyfriend. It feels powerful just by looking at it." "Who said I wasn't wearing any clothes? I'm wearing shorts. Why are you making such a fuss?" Chen Wei pointed. However, Su Yuman fell down. Chen Wei looked down and suddenly felt a little embarrassed, but this was something he could not control. I carried Su Yuman to bed, quickly went into the bathroom to take a cold shower to calm down, and changed my clothes. When I came out, Su Yuman was gone. "Do you want to sign in on the second day?" At this time, an option pops up in front of you. Yes. Sign in successfully. Congratulations to the host for obtaining a copy of the God of Songs Quick Guide. Do you want to activate it? The quick guide to becoming a singing god sounds like a good thing. It is a must-have for those who want to copy songs after their rebirth and who have traveled through time. With Chen Wei's understanding of the music scene in this world, any classic song from Blue Star would be enough to make him reach the top. There's no reason not to activate it. Activating. As the system finished speaking, Chen Wei instantly felt a series of unfamiliar memories flooding into his mind. Lyrics, yes, lyrics. The sky is blue and waiting for the rain, and I am waiting for you. The smoke from the cooking rises up, thousands of miles across the river. I write the elegant Hanli style at the bottom of the bottle, imitating the style of the previous dynasty, just as I foreshadow my meeting with you. I once dreamed of traveling the world with a sword, seeing the prosperity of the world. The heart of a young man is always a little frivolous. Now you are at home everywhere. I have crossed mountains, rivers and seas, and walked through crowds of people. Everything I once had has disappeared like smoke in the blink of an eye. Unlike before, Chen Wei now remembers every song, every line, and every word clearly and can hum them out at will. Chen Wei felt that he was going to be famous. This quick learning guide to songs not only enabled him to memorize thousands of songs, but also beautified his voice, making it possible for him to sing the vicissitudes of life, ancient styles, and popular songs with ease. This system is awesome. What good thing happened that makes you smile so happily? Su Qingyu asked curiously when she saw Chen Wei coming down from the second floor. I used to wake up in a room that was only as big as our toilet, but now I wake up in a villa. I would be happy too. Chen Wei knew at a glance that Su Yuman was still holding a grudge against the previous incident. Chen Wei is in a good mood because of the sign-in reward, and he is too lazy to argue with Su Yuman. He held Su Qingyu's shoulders, asked her to sit on the chair, and said, "Sister, sit down and have a rest. I'll make breakfast." "Okay, I'm going to trouble you again." Su Qingyu felt embarrassed to always ask Chen Wei to help with cooking, but who could blame them for the fact that none of the daughters of the Su family had any talent for cooking? "It's okay. Can I go down there? Under." "You, don't go too far." Su Yuming stood up excitedly, pointing her finger at Chen Wei, her body trembling. "You Meng?" Su Qingyu was obviously frightened by her behavior. After Su Yuming saw the noodles in Chen Wei's hand clearly, her face turned red and she sat back in her chair. "It's okay. Oh, by the way, third sister." After Chen Wei finished cooking the noodles, he was just talking about Su Mengdai, but when he turned around, he found that she had already prepared a big meal without him noticing. "Xie Wei, your skills are really good." Su Qingyu gave a thumbs up and did not hesitate to praise him. As for Su Mengdai, although she didn't say anything, she was the one who ate the most delicious food. "Sister, could you please not use the following word?" Su Yuming said, somewhat unable to bear it any longer. "Why?" Su Qingyu didn't understand. Because Su Yuming swallowed the words back when they came to her lips. "Forget it, it's okay. Alright, eat quickly. If you don't eat now, the noodles will become clumpy." Su Qingyu reminded. "I have no appetite. The day after tomorrow is the performance time for the campus cultural evening, but I still haven't thought of the lyrics." Su Yuming said worriedly. "What type?" Chen Wei asked. "Written for the third-year students, a campus song, preferably." Su Yuming rolled her eyes at Chen Wei in annoyance. "Why am I telling you all this? Can I still expect you to write a song for me? It's ridiculous. Will you remember tomorrow the diary you wrote yesterday? Will you still miss the you who used to cry the most? The you that the teachers can no longer remember and can't guess the questions of? I just happened to flip through the photos and remembered you, my desk mate. Who married you, the sentimental one? Who read your diary? Who tied up your long hair? Who made your wedding dress?" The singing stopped abruptly. "Sing. Why don't you continue singing? What song is this? Please tell me the title so I can use it as a reference. The inspiration is coming." Su Yuming said excitedly. Compared to Chen Wei's heavenly voice, Su Yuming was more interested in the lyrics. "My deskmate." As soon as Chen Wei finished speaking, Su Yuming quickly took out her cell phone and searched. Then he cast a suspicious look at Chen Wei. "Why can't I find anything? Are you lying to me? I am the only one who can sing this song. You definitely won't be able to find it on the internet." Chen Wei said as a matter of course. "You are the only one who can sing it. Do you mean that you wrote this song?" Su Yuming couldn't believe this fact. "Is there any problem?" Chen Wei asked back. "Of course there is. How could someone like you write such good lyrics? You must be lying. You definitely didn't tell me the correct song title." Su Yuming snorted and laughed, thinking she had seen through Chen Wei's trick. "Whether you believe it or not is your business. Eat quickly. I have to wash the dishes after eating and then look for a new job." Chen Wei wanted to help Su Yuming with good intentions, but who knew she would be so ungrateful? Chapter 8, Damn Heroes Appreciating Each Other. Eat noodles. Eat noodles. Su Yuming was too lazy to argue with Chen Wei. Instead of wasting time, she might as well think of a few more words. This side. Su Yuming's eyes sparkled and she slurped the food faster. It was delicious. "Xie Wei, if you are short of money, just ask your sister. Don't think of yourself as an outsider. It's hard to find a job these days." Especially since he had no academic qualifications, Su Qingyu was worried that it would hurt Chen Wei's self-esteem, so she spoke very tactfully. "Don't worry, sister. If I can't hold on, I will tell you the first time." Chen Wei comforted Su Qingyu and told her not to worry. If he can't even survive with the system, then Chen Wei's rebirth is really a waste of opportunity. Chen Wei's plan now is very simple. He wants to enter the music scene and dominate it. Let this world set off a new round of fashion trend. Okay, then you must do what you are able to do and don't overload your body. If you really can't make it, come to my company and be my personal secretary. Su Qingyu said that she was not worried, but her fingers were clenched tightly. Being a secretary for the richest man's sister is obviously a good job. But Chen Wei knew clearly what kind of role he played now. He was unknown and powerless. If he really had to rely on Su Qingyue's relationship to get in, he might be criticized. It doesn't matter to Chen Wei, as he is thick-skinned. But it's different for Su Qingyu. She is the darling of the media spotlight, and many people are paying attention to her. Any slight disturbance may be magnified infinitely and affect the company and Su Qingyue's personal reputation. I understand, sister. Chen Wei nodded, without directly responding to the second half of Su Qingyue's sentence. Working as a secretary for my elder sister would have guaranteed him tens of thousands of dollars a month, but this guy actually refused. Su Yumin couldn't understand what Chen Wei was thinking. Could it be possible that he could find a better job than this? Ridiculous. After breakfast, Chen Wei was responsible for washing the dishes. Xiaowei, my sister is out at work. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Su Qingyu bent down and put on her high heels. She lifted the hair that fell beside her ears with one hand and put it behind her ears, outlining the S-shaped curve perfectly. Good. Sister, wait for me. Su Yumin's school was on the same way as Su Qingyue's. Seeing that she had already left the house, she quickly put on her shoes and chased after her. Su Mengdai returned to her room silently and started a new day of typing. After Chen Wei finished washing the dishes, he took off his equipment and left the villa. After walking out of the villa area, he hailed a taxi on the roadside. Master, let's go to Guanghui Entertainment Company. 7 or 8 minutes later. Chen Wei got out of the car and looked at the 100-story glass building in front of him. It was so magnificent. It really deserves to be the top entertainment company in Daxia. His second sister, Su Meiyu, is the top star of Guanghui Entertainment. Chen Wei did not intend to rely on Su Meiyu's fame or connections to get ahead, he just had his eyes on Guanghui Entertainment's resources. Based on the lyrics in his mind, it is only a matter of time before his fans surpass Su Meiyu. Songs are different from movies and TV series. They spread more widely and quickly. Sorry, you can't go in. The security guard saw that Chen Wei did not have a work badge and reached out to stop him. I'm here to sign up for the singing competition. Chen Wei explained his purpose, hoping that the security guard would turn a blind eye. If you want to participate in the singing competition, you can register online. After successful registration, you will receive an electronic certificate and then you can enter. The security guard explained. These days, paparazzi and security guards have seen many fans like Chen Wei who want to sneak in under the guise of participating in competitions. Hearing the singing next to his ears, Chen Wei looked over. Was it a street singer? Singing for money is fake, but the real purpose is to seek a mentor. Chen Wei walked over and said, "Brother, I'll give you 100 yuan and lend me the equipment to sing a song. How about that?" Chen Wei didn't need to prove anything to the security guard, but to prove to the people in the building that he was qualified to enter the competition. No, it was his strength. Okay. The man had been singing for several hours and was exhausted. He just wanted to take a break. Why not take $100 for free? People like Chen Wei give him a feeling of admiration for each other as heroes. It is not easy to pursue dreams. Sitting on the chair, adjusting the height of the microphone, holding the guitar, he looks quite professional. Hey! There's a newcomer. I really don't understand what these people are insisting on. Is it so easy to be a celebrity? However, he looks good. If he is packaged well, he should be popular. On the 7th floor, Chen Wei's appearance attracted the attention of a few people. The sound of a guitar was heard. Very interesting, I haven't heard of it. You are in the bright sunshine in the south, and it is snowing heavily. I am in the cold night in the north, and it is spring all year round. If I have time before dark, I will forget your eyes and spend my whole life dreaming a dream. Oh my gosh. The girl by the window was so shocked that her coffee cup fell to the ground and spilled all over the floor. Sisters, come and see, there are talented people. She had no time to clean up the coffee stains. The girl by the window turned around and found that the window was already full of people lying there without her knowing. South of the South Mountain, sadness of autumn in the north. There are grain piles in the South Mountain, the murmur of the south wind. North of the North Sea, there are tombstones in the North Sea, there are tombstones in the North Sea. After the lyrics were sung, when Chen Wei opened his eyes, he found that there were people surrounding him, all taking out their mobile phones and recording videos. The next moment, there was thunderous applause and everyone was shouting, "Do it again! What song is this? Why have I never heard of it? I have a feeling he'll be angry. Quick, go inform Sister Yang. Sister Yang? Sister Yang has already gone down. Already gone? You are worthy of being Sister Yang, you are so fast. Thank you all for your love, but I promised others that I would only sing one song. Having said that, Chen Wei returned the guitar to the stranger singer under the eager gaze of the crowd. Heroes sympathize with each other? Damn heroes sympathize with each other, this guy is clearly here to ruin the show. You are king, why do you come to our bronze rank to massacre us? The passerby singer said speechlessly. How should he sing after Chen Wei sang like that? Sorry. Chen Wei clasped his hands together with a sincere attitude. He thought he had the most diamonds, but he didn't expect to be the king. Well. The passerby singer sighed and started to pack up his things. I'd better change entertainment companies. He has learned his lesson and will never lend his equipment to others casually again. 100 yuan to destroy the rice bowl, not appropriate. Well, hello, I'm the planner of Chen Wei Entertainment's singer competition. My name is Song Yang. I would like to invite you to participate in the singer competition. I wonder if there is a chance for us to work together. Song Yang walked up to Chen Wei, stretched out her hand and smiled slightly. Although it was formal, it did not prevent others from appreciating her beauty. I'm honored. Chen Wei extended his hand politely. All this was part of his plan. When saying goodbye, the security guard leaned over slightly and pushed the glass door open first. Chapter 9, on the headlines. At Nanjing University, Suyuman was alone in the activity room, writing with her mouth and staring at the sky in a daze. Another half-day passed, and she still hadn't come up with a single line of lyrics, and the paper was blank. The phone rang. Note, name, second sister. Hello, second sister, have you found out who wrote that song? Suyuman quickly picked up the phone and said excitedly. On the one hand, I was excited that the lyrics had been finalized, and on the other hand, I felt that I could fight back effectively and shatter Chen Wei's false lies. A negative voice came from the other end of the phone. I used all my connections, but I couldn't find any information related to this lyric. It has definitely never appeared in the music industry. How is that possible? Yu Meng, where did you hear this line of lyrics? Obviously, Su Meiyu also became interested in this. Sister, I forgot about it too. I'll contact you when I remember. I have something else to do at the student union. I'm hanging up now. Bye. Suyuman hung up the phone and now just wanted to find Chen Wei to get things clear. As I walked out of the activity room, I heard bursts of singing. You are in the bright sunshine in the south, and it is snowing heavily. I am in the cold night in the north, and it is spring all year round. If I have time before dark, I will forget your eyes and spend my whole life dreaming a dream. How about it, Yuman? This song is good, right? Seeing Suyuman coming out of the activity room, her friend Wang Jia came over and asked. Suyuman came to her senses and realized that she had been completely immersed in the singing. Very contagious. The lyrics are good and the singing is good, but why does their voice sound a little familiar? Wang Jia, who sang this song? Suyuman asked. I don't know, it seems like he's just a random singer, and his post has gone viral on WeChat Moments. Wang Jia replied. Friends circle. Is there a video? Let me see it. Suyuman stretched out her hand. Okay, I'll find it for you. Wang Jia took out his phone and searched for it. Found it. Suyuman took the phone and was stunned when she saw clearly what the person holding the guitar and singing passionately in the video looked like. It's him. Even though I already had a vague answer in my mind, when the answer became clear, it still felt a little hard to accept. She was slapped in the face, and it was a hard slap. That cheap little brother actually has the talent of a singing god. Those 2 lines of lyrics this morning were amazing enough, another one. Brilliant entertainment. Chen Wei was sitting in the office. When he saw Song Yana coming back, he quickly stood up. This little guy is so cute, like a frightened rabbit. Don't be so restrained, sit down. Song Yana pressed her hand and asked, tea or coffee? Tea is fine. Chen Wei sat back in his seat. Song Yana said as she brewed tea bags, your application for the competition has been processed. You can go to the recording in half an hour. It will start at 9 p.m. I have a feeling that your name will appear on the headlines tomorrow. Thank you, plan a song. Chen Wei took the teacup. I'm older than you. You can call me Sister Yang just like them. Planning song doesn't sound good. Okay, Sister Yang. The more Song Yang looked at this guy, the more she liked him. Then you take a rest first. If you need anything, just tell me. I have something to take care of. I'll come back and take you to the recording session later. Okay. Chen Wei nodded in response. Seeing Song Yang coming out of the office, the assistant hurriedly came up and said, Sister Yang, your judgment is wrong. Oh. What's wrong? Song Yang asked curiously. You said he would be on the headline list tomorrow, but he is already on it, and is number 9. What? Song Yang's face was filled with surprise. She quickly took out her cell phone and opened the headlines. His eyes dropped. 9. A random singer who went viral on WeChat Moments. When I clicked on it, it was indeed about Chen Wei. As a pure newcomer, he was able to make headlines in just half a day, which is enough to prove his potential. Song Yang felt very comfortable with this slap in the face. She felt like she had found a treasure. 7 o'clock in the evening. Thank you for your hard work. Song Yang leaned against the car and saw Chen Wei coming out of the company. She took the initiative to walk up to him and handed him the hot milk tea in her hand. Thank you, Sister Yang. Chen Wei had to admit that this was his first time on stage, facing the camera and so many audiences, and he was indeed quite nervous. Song Yang's cup of milk tea can be said to be a timely help. Go home? Song Yang asked immediately. Let me take you there. In the end, Chen Wei really couldn't refuse Song Yang's kindness, and he also understood that she wanted to catch him, so he didn't refuse anymore. They actually live in a place like this. There aren't many talented people among the rich second generation. After the car stopped, Song Yang was a little surprised. Thank you, Sister Yang. Be careful on the road. Chen Wei got out of the car. Okay. Song Yang put her hand back into the car and drove away. Who is she? As soon as Chen Wei turned around, he saw Su Qingyue's face. She was so close to him that he could hear and feel each other's breathing clearly. The company's leader. Chen Wei answered truthfully. On my first day at work, my female leader personally drove me home. Wei, that's great. Su Qingyu looked playful. Hee, sister, don't think too much, I just have good intentions. Okay, I won't think too much about it. Let's go in and eat. Su Qingyu walked around behind Chen Wei and gently pushed him into the door. Eat? Who cooked? Su Yuming's cooking skills had obviously left Chen Wei with considerable after effects. Ordered takeout. Chen Wei felt relieved when he heard Su Qingyu say this. From the moment he entered the door, Chen Wei instantly felt Su Yuming's gaze towards him. Chen Wei couldn't think of how he had offended him again. Why don't you see third sister? She just came down to take a look, said she wasn't hungry, and went back to her room. Su Qingyu replied. Chen Wei, did you really write those 2 lines of lyrics? Su Yuming finally couldn't help herself and asked. Why are you ignoring me? You don't believe me even if I tell you, so why waste my breath? Chen Wei asked back. Did you go to the street to sing today? Singing for money? As soon as Su Yuming finished speaking, Su Qingyu stood up immediately. It's not that I think Chen Wei is embarrassing, but singing for money is not easy and sometimes I have to face the ridicule of others. Wei, you should come to my company tomorrow and be my secretary. Su Qingyu sat back in her seat. Sister, I have found a job. Singing. No, if you participate in the competition and win, you can get a prize of 1 million. Chen Wei shook his head and explained. What competition? Su Qingyu asked. Singer competition. Singer competition. Stop bragging. The assessment system of that competition is very strict. It's definitely not for your half-hearted. Su Yuming closed her mouth as if she had thought of something before she finished speaking. Chapter 10, No Kiss. Half-baked. If Chen Wei's level is considered mediocre, how can other singers survive? So, Su Yuming changed her statement. Are you really going to participate in the singing competition? You can't just register successfully and be notified to participate in the audition, so you can't help but show off to others, right? Audition. What's that? Seeing Chen Wei's puzzled expression, Su Yuming held her forehead and felt a little headache. This guy was indeed bragging. If you want to participate in the official competition of the singing competition, you have to pass the auditions. It's like playing a game, you have to advance one level at a time. Su Yuming explained. Oh. Chen Wei agreed, and then explained, no, I just participated in the official recording, which will be broadcast soon. Official recording? You must be kidding me. South Mountain is south, North Autumn is sad, South Mountain has valleys, South Wind is whispering, North Sea is north, North Sea has tombstones, North Sea has tombstones. On the stage, there are no dancers, no fancy lights, only a beam of unpretentious white light, a person, a chair, a microphone, and a guitar. For Su Yuming, this slap in the face came too quickly and she was caught off guard. Laugh? She couldn't laugh anymore and even felt like crying. Chen Wei, you were the one who wrote that song, right? Just tell me directly. No matter what the answer is, I will believe it. Su Yuming moved closer to Chen Wei, and the small vest she was wearing slipped down slightly. I didn't write it. Chen Wei quickly retracted his gaze. He didn't think Su Yuming was the kind of girl who would play a honey trick on him. It was obviously written by you. I asked my second sister to investigate it, and she has never heard of it in the circle. Su Yuming said excitedly. Look, you really are lying. You just told me that you would believe the answer no matter what it is. If you don't want to tell me, then don't tell me. Who cares? Su Yuming snorted and turned away. Fortunately, Chen Wei dodged quickly enough, otherwise he would have been hit in the face by the ponytails. I didn't expect that these two ponytails look so cute, but actually hide murderous intent. Chen Wei patted his chest and joked to himself. It seems that our family is going to produce two big stars. Hearing Su Qingyue's words, Chen Wei responded modestly, I will continue to work hard. Seeing Su Qingyu rubbing her shoulders, Chen Wei asked with concern, Sister, is it starting to hurt again? Thanks to the ointment you bought for me before, it doesn't hurt as much as before. Su Qingyue's expression didn't look like she was fine. Sister, let me give you a massage. Although my technique is not very good, it should be able to relieve the pain a little. Chen Wei said as he went around behind the sofa. Okay, I'll leave it to you. Su Qingyu simply tied her hair up, revealing her flawless white neck. Chen Wei placed his hands on Su Qingyue's shoulders and began to massage her, leaning over to confirm, Sister, is this strength okay? Yeah, just right. Su Qingyu closed her eyes slightly, pursed her lips, and looked like she was enjoying it. Chen Wei's current situation is a bit embarrassing. His fingers are very slender, and if he doesn't control them well, it is easy to touch places that should not be touched. Several times, they hit the edge of the minefield, but Su Qingyu didn't say anything. Okay, let's stop here. I feel much more comfortable. Su Qingyu put her hand on Chen Wei's hand, looked up at her, her pretty face blushing. Okay. Chen Wei pulled his hand away. You should go to bed early. Rehearsals are very tiring. Don't overwork yourself. Su Qingyu stood up and reminded him before leaving. Yes, I understand. Seeing Su Qingyu close the door, Chen Wei looked at his fingers with some disdain and murmured, she probably won't let me help her massage again, right? When passing by Su Mingjie's room, Chen Wei could vaguely hear his own singing coming from inside. I didn't think much about it, maybe someone was watching the replay of the singing competition. Back in the room, Chen Wei didn't like sleeping before, but now, he loves it. Being able to sign in as soon as you wake up is an opportunity not everyone has. Sure. Be quiet, it's me. As soon as Chen Wei opened the door and walked into the room, Su Yuming stepped on him, pressed her body against his chest, and covered her mouth with her hands. Chen Wei took her hand away and said speechlessly, Did I make a sound? You covered it up. Oh, Su Yuming realized that something was wrong, her cheeks blushed, and she took a few steps back. I shouldn't have watched so many TV series. Tell me, what are you doing in my room? Chen Wei sat on the bed and got straight to the point. I went into the wrong room. Yes, that's right. I went into the wrong room. Su Yuming raised her hand and an idea flashed in her mind. Oh, then you go out, I want to go to sleep. Chen Wei took off his shoes, covered himself with the quilt, and really planned to sleep until dawn. Chen Wei, actually I didn't go into the wrong room. I just wanted to ask you to lend me the lyrics of the song you wrote earlier. Su Yuming let go of the door handle, turned around, and confessed. There are times when you ask me for help. Chen Wei feels very relieved now. Lend it to you? How are you going to pay it back to me later? Chen Wei laughed and deliberately imitated Su Yumeng. Then I can give you money, and you can just consider it as selling the copyright to me, how about that? Su Yumeng suggested. Not very good. Then what do you want? Su Yumeng asked impatiently. Give me a kiss and I'll lend it to you. Chen Wei deliberately made things difficult for her, wanting to take revenge, because this girl always went against him. Chen Wei, don't go too far. Kiss me if you want, or not. If not, forget it. I'm going to sleep. Remember to close the door when you go out. Chen Wei turned over and said. Not long. Sobbing sounds rang in my ears. Holy shit. Is this going to happen right now? Chen Wei stood still like a mountain. My classmates bully me at school, and even you bully me at home. Do you hate me so much? This vibrato doesn't seem to be fake. Chen Wei turned around and saw that Su Yumeng was already crying and wiping her tears with the back of her hand. I was just joking with you, don't cry. Chen Wei quickly got out of bed and comforted her. If Su Qingyu and the others knew about this, they might misunderstand and think that I had done something to Su Yumeng. Lend it to you. Can't I lend it to you? The kind that you don't have to pay back. Chen Wei compromised. Really? Su Yumeng raised her watery eyes, looked at Chen Wei, and confirmed. It's true. It's absolutely true. Chen Weifar said, no, it was an oath. Okay, stop crying and wipe your tears. Chen Wei took out a tissue. I can do it myself. By the way, you just said that someone bullied you at school. What's that about? Chen Wei asked. No matter what, Su Yumeng is half her sister, so she should not take this matter lightly. Nothing, I was just kidding. If you don't tell me, I'll regret it. There's no point crying. Chapter 11. Can you be my boyfriend? I can tell you, but you can't tell my sisters. Su Yumeng finally compromised. Okay. Chen Wei nodded and assured. Then, Su Yumeng told her that there was a rich boy in her class named Wang Zichuan, whose surname was Wang, and who had been pursuing her and pestering her for several months. This time, the reason why Su Yumeng agreed to write a song was because she was angry with Wang Zichuan, and she made a bet with him that if she could write it and get 100 audiences to applaud, Wang Zichuan would never be able to bother her again. If you can't write, what will happen if I can't write it? Chen Wei asked. I have to agree to be her girlfriend. Su Yumeng replied. A college student is betting on something like this, are you stupid? Chen Wei rolled his eyes. I just had no choice. Su Yumeng didn't seem very confident when she spoke. She also regretted that she shouldn't have agreed impulsively. Alas, Chen Wei sighed, you are so lucky to have met a good brother like me. Okay, I will help you. Thank you, Su Yumeng responded, no. When did you become my brother? I was born half an hour earlier than you, so I am your sister, okay. Do you still want my help? Su Yumeng's voice was as soft as a mosquito's hum, despicable. Come on, sister, call me brother and let me hear it. Chen Wei said with a smile. Brother. Su Yumeng said with difficulty. In order to prevent Prince Quan from being his girlfriend, she risked everything. Oh, dear sister, please go out. I am going to bed now, your elder brother. Chen Wei waved his hand, as if he was an emperor retiring from court. Sleep till you die. No, if he died in his sleep, who would I ask for help? Su Yumeng was angry but couldn't get angry, and couldn't curse but couldn't curse, so she walked out of the room in frustration. Why did you come out of his room? Your eyes are still so red. When he went out, he ran into Su Mengdai, who went to the kitchen to get snacks. You didn't fall in love with your brother, but your proposal was rejected, did you? Su Mengdai still has more faith in Chen Wei's character, so there is no reason for him to attack Su Yumeng. Sister, what are you thinking about? Even if I like someone, I can't like him. Go to sleep, bye. Su Yumeng opened the door. By the way, sister, don't eat too much midnight snacks. You have fat on your belly. The potato chip can fell to the ground, and Su Mengdai said unhappily, you are really bringing up something irrelevant. He bent down to pick up the potato chip can on the ground, opened it, put it in his mouth, and asked in confusion, "Why is there no taste at all?" He touched his rumbling stomach, looked at Chen Wei's room, and shook his head. "Forget it." Late night. The door was opened again. "Why is that girl here again?" "Su Yuming, could you please not always come to my third sister when I'm sleeping soundly?" "Why is it you?" Chen Wei said with some surprise after turning on the bedside lamp. "Yes. Why is it me? Why am I here?" Su Mengdai said somewhat embarrassedly. He talked to himself and was about to turn around and leave. "Coo coo coo. Third sister, are you hungry?" Chen Wei asked. "It should be." Su Mengdai nodded. "What do you want to eat?" "I'll make it for you." Chen Wei also wanted to have a good relationship with his sisters. There was no need to be enemies since they lived under the same roof. Noodles are fine, I like spicy food," Su Mengdai said excitedly with stars twinkling in her eyes. "Okay." Chen Wei agreed. "Go downstairs, walk into the kitchen and start working." Speaking of spicy noodles, the first thing Chen Wei thought of was spicy chicken, and he happened to have some leftovers. 10 minutes later. Chen Wei placed a large bowl of noodles in front of Su Mengdai. "Sister, I'm sorry, I may have cooked too much. If you can't finish it, you can share some with me. I can eat it." Su Mengdai picked up the chopsticks and inhaled like a storm. "How can I describe this feeling? Looks like a hamster." "Yes, that's right, a hamster. Not to mention, it's quite cute. I'm full." The word, satisfied, was written on Su Mengjia's face. Putting down her chopsticks, she looked at Chen Wei. "By the way, I said before that I want to treat you to a meal. Do you have time tomorrow?" "As for tomorrow, no, sorry." Chen Wei still had to help Su Yuming deal with things at school. "Then let's do it the day after tomorrow," Su Mengdai suggested. "Okay." Chen Wei agreed. After washing the dishes, Chen Wei was finally able to go back to bed and have a good sleep. The next morning, a ray of sunlight shone through the gauze curtains and fell on Chen Wei's face. He opened his eyes immediately. "System, I want to sign in." Third day sign in progress. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the Kung Fu Master Quick Guide. Would you like to activate it? Another quick one. This system is really considerate. Activation. Just like activating the God of Songs book before, every move and every posture flashed through Chen Wei's mind like a scene from a movie. Chen Wei tried it, and every punch he threw created a strong wind. So strong? You can imagine what would happen if this punch hit you. What's even more perverted is that he hasn't even used his full strength yet. As usual, Chen Wei is responsible for making breakfast. The recording time is at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and he has plenty of time to help Su Yuming solve school problems. "Yuming, don't you want me to take you there today?" "No, I have an appointment with a friend today." Hearing Su Yuming say this, Su Qingyu didn't think much about it and walked out of the room directly. Then she heard the sound of the engine. About 3 or 4 minutes later, Chen Wei and Su Yuming went out together. Su Mengdai was watching all this from the second floor, and asked suspiciously, when did the two of them become so close? They even go out together. Could it be that the girl really has a crush on her brother? Why don't you just write the song on paper? Why do you have to go with me? Su Yuming asked puzzledly. Songs are meant to be sung. What's the point of just writing them down? Su Yuming thought it made sense, and then seemed to realize something. Are you going to show up in person? What? Do you dislike me? Chen Wei pretended to turn around. If you dislike me, then I'll just go back. No, I don't mind. Then thank you, brother. You? Su Yuming glared. Yeah. Chen Wei glared back. Thank you. Brother. Su Yuming gritted her teeth and said word by word. You're welcome. Chen Wei smiled slightly. Su Yuming felt that if she stayed with this guy any longer, she would be angered to death. But who can blame him for being able to write songs and sing? I have to give him credit. Even Su Yuming couldn't help but feel jealous of this talent. Halfway there, Su Yuming suddenly grabbed Chen Wei's arm. What's wrong? Chen Wei stopped, looked down and asked. I have an idea. We have a whole set of laws for your ideas. Don't joke, I'm serious. Can you be my boyfriend? Su Yumin gave him a complaining look. Chapter 12, it's obvious that she's not good at singing. Noticing Chen Wei's strange look, Su Yumin's firm expression slowly faded away, and was replaced by a hint of shame. She explained in a panic, "Don't get me wrong, this boyfriend is not that boyfriend, he's just pretending." In Su Yumin's opinion, it would be better to have Chen Wei as her nominal boyfriend rather than Wang Zichuan. At least, he is handsome, has a good figure, and is talented. I don't want to. After listening to Su Yumin's explanation, Chen Wei shook his head. Why? Su Yumin asked puzzledly. Because you don't deserve it. Chen Wei's expression at this time was very much like a classic emoticon package. That big guy was a singing god-level figure, and his expression was full of sarcasm. Chen Wei. Su Yumin was stunned for a few seconds, then hurriedly set out to catch up. She grabbed Chen Wei's arm with her delicate fingers and asked, "Explain yourself clearly, why am I not worthy? After all, I am the campus beauty of Nanjing University and the #1 female star of Tiger Shark Live. How many people would dream of having a girlfriend like her, but Chen Wei is so good that she is the one who pays for him and still feels disgusted with him." You really want to hear it? You can't get angry when I tell you. I really want to hear it. Okay, I'm not angry. Su Yumin wanted to see where exactly she was not worthy of Chen Wei. Chen Wei leaned over, got close to her ear, and whispered, "I like big ones." Like big ones? What do you mean? Before Su Yumin could finish her words, she followed Chen Wei's line of sight and looked down. Her face suddenly flushed red. She raised her fist and began to hit him weakly. "You bastard! You hooligan! Didn't you agree not to be angry? Add one more thing. You are not trustworthy," Chen Wei said seriously. The two of them played and joked all their way to Nanjing University. With the presence of Su Yumin, a campus star, it was easy to get past the security guard. What's more, Chen Wei himself is not very old and looks like a college student, with that vibe. Who is that person? Why is he walking with school beauty Su? Could it be your boyfriend? Boyfriend? Did this guy save the galaxy in his previous life? Feeling the gazes of the people around her, Su Yumin puffed out her chest and said proudly, "Did you hear that? You are blessed to be my boyfriend because you saved the Milky Way in your previous life." She was just about to reach out and hug Chen Wei's arm to deepen the impression among her classmates that Chen Wei was her boyfriend. Unexpectedly, Chen Wei took the initiative to avoid it. Yes, that's right, he dodged it. I was wrong. At first, I thought it was the lickspittle who succeeded, but now it seems that our school beauty Su is the lickspittle. Su Yumin. Su Yumin just refused to believe it. She thought, let him lick the dog, she didn't care anymore. The tiger tried several more times to pounce on its prey, but each time ended in failure. This guy Chen Wei is so agile, like a loach, he can't be caught or touched. Chen Wei, what do you mean? Su Yumin followed Chen Wei closely and asked in a low voice. We are boyfriends in name only. Do you understand what I mean by name? I care a lot about my personal reputation. It's better for me to keep some distance. After hearing Chen Wei's explanation, Su Yumin almost exploded with anger. Don't be angry. Don't be angry with people like this. It's not good for your health. Su Yumin took a deep breath and comforted herself. Yumin, you're here. Wang Zichuan had been waiting in the activity room for a long time. He had already found out that Su Yumin had not written the lyrics at all. When Wang Zichuan thought about having Su Yumin as his girlfriend today, he was so excited that he couldn't sleep all night and had dark circles under his eyes. Are we familiar with each other? Su Yumin looked cold and disdainful at Wang Zichuan's intimate address. Yumin, we are boyfriend and girlfriend today, how can you say you are not familiar with each other? Wang Zichuan asked. Who wants to be in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship with you? Su Yumin, you are not trying to cheat. Wang Zichuan's face turned cold. I, Su Yumin, always keep my word. The time hasn't even come yet, why are you in such a hurry? Su Yumin subconsciously held Chen Wei's arm, and this time, he did not dodge. Su Yumin looked up at Chen Wei, slightly surprised. Su Yumin, what do you mean? You are my girlfriend. Wang Zichuan said with red eyes. Roll. Su Yumin was too lazy to talk to Wang Zichuan anymore, so she took him to the backstage to prepare. There were at least a few hundred audience members in the audience, so they had to dress up nicely. Marseille, go and find out who this kid is. Wang Zichuan clenched his fingers and said through gritted teeth. Boss, there's no need to ask. They are boyfriend and girlfriend. I saw them at the school gate before. Marseille reported. Boyfriend and girlfriend. Su Yumin, don't think that we can just find an excuse and let our bet go. Wang Zichuan has already waited for half a month, so what's the harm in waiting a few more hours? He wants to see what trick Su Yumin has up her sleeve. Chen Wei, don't be nervous. It's just getting 100 audience members to applaud. You can definitely do it. Su Yumin comforted Chen Wei. Am I nervous, or are you? Chen Wei asked back, looking at Su Yumin's trembling hand on his shoulder. Turns out I'm the one shaking. Su Yumin suddenly realized. The following is an original song performed by Class 7. My deskmate, let us give you a warm round of applause. Hearing their host's voice, Chen Wei stood up and gently touched Su Yumin's head. Don't worry, if we can't even pass this little problem, what kind of singing god are we? God of song. This guy is really ambitious. Also, don't touch my head, or you won't grow taller. Seeing Su Yumin's puffed up face and extremely serious look, Chen Wei pulled his hand back, not having the heart to hit her. In fact, being a petite and lovely loli is not bad. But thanks to Chen Wei's words, Su Yumin is not so nervous now. See Chen Wei come on stage. Wang Zichuan in the audience suddenly realized, it turns out that this guy is the foreign aide invited by Su Yumin. Boss, don't be nervous. You can tell from the looks of him that he is not a good singer. He will probably just make a fool of himself in a while. Marseille was Wang Zichuan's man, so naturally he had to speak for him. Nervous? Wang Zichuan laughed. Let us not talk about whether Chen Wei can sing or not. Now the whole Nanjing University knows about the bet between Wang Zichuan and Su Yumin. Wang Zichuan is a vengeful person. It is easy to imagine what the fate of anyone who dares to get in his way will be. Even if Chen Wei sings well, can we risk offending him and applaud him? Wang Zichuan is still very confident about this. In Wang Zichuan's opinion, the bet between him and Su Yumin was a sure win. When Wang Zichuan thought about the future, when Su Yumin would be like a little bird beside him, he couldn't help but tremble again. Chapter 13 Occupational. Hey! Do you think he looks familiar? You have the same feeling. I feel like I've seen it somewhere, but I can't remember where it is. Holy crap! You all feel this way. Hearing the heated discussions around him, Wang Zichuan felt a little strange. His eyes turned to the stage and fell on Chen Wei. A big star. In Wang Zichuan's impression, there is no such person. This group of people must have made a mistake, so he didn't think about it anymore. I was expecting Chen Wei to make a fool of himself, saying the lyrics were childish and his singing voice was unpleasant. Will you remember the diary you wrote yesterday tomorrow? Will you still miss you who used to cry the most tomorrow? Etc. Wang Zichuan was stunned for a moment. What is the situation? This was completely different from what he had imagined. Wang Zichuan doesn't he know how to judge the quality of lyrics, but they do sound good. As for Chen Wei's voice, it matches the lyrics perfectly, as if it was tailor-made for him. Turning around, I saw that everyone had the same surprised expression as me. Wang Zichuan admitted that he is a little panicked now. Who married you who was sentimental, who comforted you who was crying, who tied up your long hair, who made your wedding dress, la la la. The moment the music ended, Wang Zichuan's heart was in his throat. He had to admit that he had never felt so nervous before. It was as if an invisible hand was squeezing his heart tightly, leaving just a tiny space for him to breathe with difficulty. There was applause, as if it was a good start. Bang bang bang. In an instant, the applause sounded like a tide, a flood, and thunder. When they stood up, many people had tears in their eyes. This song definitely touched their hearts. Su Yumin was also dumbfounded. 100 spectators applauded. If you add in the people who came after hearing the news, the number must be at least 1,000. At a glance, except for Wang Zichuan who hung his head like a stone sculpture, even his most loyal subordinate, Marseille, was wiping his tears while clapping his hands vigorously and shouting, "Good singing! Good singing! I remember now, he's the random singer who went viral in the circle of friends yesterday. Yes, it is indeed him. A passerby singer? Didn't you watch the singing competition last night? His song Nan Shan Nan won him twice as many votes as the second place, making him the strongest dark horse in history. Damn. It's a professional job. As Chen Wei's identity gradually came to light, the cheers from the audience became louder and louder. There are many voices calling for another song. The host received a task from the organizer and went on stage to say to Chen Wei, "Well, you see, everyone likes your song so much, how about another one?" Okay. This was also a good opportunity to expand his fame, and Chen Wei had no reason to refuse. The song You, My Deskmate, amazed the whole audience, followed by the song Nansha Nan, which perfectly controlled the stage and conquered everything. Anyone who was in the school and didn't have anything urgent came, including the kitchen lady, the doorman and the security guard. For a moment, it really felt like a concert. Chen Wei sang passionately on the stage, and the fans below cheered. Su Yuming stood behind the stage with her fists clasped together and placed on her chest. At that moment, Chen Wei in her eyes was so shining. This kind of feeling cannot be felt through the TV screen. You're not going to sing anymore. No, please sing another song. One more. One more. Faced with the enthusiasm of the audience, Chen Wei shook his head and refused. This is what we are trying to whet your appetite. He stole the show, which made those who came on stage later feel uncomfortable. Sing better than others. Impossible, I know it. But knowing that no one sang as well as him, he still went on stage in front of the eager audience. You can imagine the pressure. Many people choose to quit directly. Of course, there are also some strategists among them who intend to take advantage of this opportunity to become famous. Dreams are beautiful, but reality is cruel. There are no rotten eggs in your hands, otherwise you would have enough. Mission successfully completed, won't you give me a high five? Chen Wei put down his guitar, raised his hand and asked Su Yuming. Su Yuming raised her hand slowly and gently pressed it on Chen Wei's hand. It turns out boys' hands are this big. It was at this moment that Su Yuming suddenly realized it. It's time for dinner. As a thank you, I'll treat you to a meal, Su Yuming suggested. Okay, a 5-star hotel. Chen Wei rubbed his hands, looking expectant. The cafeteria. Su Yuming corrected. You are the #1 tiger shark after all, why are you so stingy? Can we waste money just because we have it? Chen Wei held his chin up, hesitated for a few seconds, then put his hand on Su Yuming's head and said, I am very pleased to have such a sensible sister. Who is your sister? Also, don't touch my head. Su Yuming took Chen Wei's hand away from her head and pretended to be angry. Wow. Are you going to regret it after using someone? Chen Wei caught up with Su Yuming. I only said that I want to call you brother, but I didn't say how long, 1 hour, 1 day, or a lifetime. I didn't say that, right? Su Yuming said proudly. Wang Zichuan may not be a human, but you are a real dog. Chen Wei said unhappily. You little brat, who are you calling a non-human? Well, speak of the devil and he will appear. Turning around, Wang Zichuan brought a lot of people, and they were all wearing training clothes. Wang Zichuan, what do you mean? Su Yuming knew that the person who came was not friendly, so she stood in front of Chen Wei and said vigilantly. Su Yuming, we agreed in the bet that you would write the lyrics yourself, but you actually cheated and found a professional one. Wang Zichuan is still angry when talking about this. What evidence do you have to prove that the lyrics were not written by me? Su Yuming asked back. With your pig brain, how can you write such good lyrics? Wang Zichuan was angry and said without restraint. Su Yuming. I don't like what you said. Chen Wei stood up. Chen Wei. Su Yuming was very touched. Although she is stupid, she is still smarter than a pig. Can a pig use chopsticks? This is well reasoned and convincing. You. Are you speaking for me? Su Yuming tugged at the corner of Chen Wei's clothes. Chen Wei turned around and said affirmatively, he said you have a pig brain, and I said you are smarter than a pig. If this is not speaking for you, what is it? Su Yuming. I always feel like something is wrong, but I can't put my finger on it. Brat, I don't want to waste time talking to you. Cheating is cheating. Su Yuming, you lost the bet. From now on, you are my Wang Zichuan's girlfriend. Come here and call me Brother Quan. Wang Zichuan said in a commanding tone. Oh, who wants to be your girlfriend? Brother Quan, isn't that disgusting? Su Yuming was extremely disgusted. Su Yuming, don't go too far. Do you know who these people behind me are? Chapter 14 Kung Fu Master. Feng Qian, the vice president of the martial arts club, you're talking like you don't know anyone. Feng Qian, you'd better not get involved in this matter, otherwise, Sister Jiao won't let you go. Su Yumeng and the president of the martial arts club, Meng Jiao, are good friends. She also knows that the person Feng Qian fears the most is Meng Jiao. Want to complain to President Meng? Sure, she's probably already in Jiangcheng now, and it'll take her at least 10 days or half a month to come back. Feng Qian said proudly. Hearing him say this, Wang Zichuan felt relieved. He was worried that Feng Qian would escape from the battlefield. 10 days or half a month. By then, Chen Wei was probably discharged from the hospital. What to do? What to do? Su Yumeng thought quickly, but after thinking for a long time, she couldn't come up with any good ideas. Don't think about it. With your CPU capacity, if you keep thinking about it, the system will probably crash. Chen Wei saw through Su Yumeng's thoughts and spoke. Su Yumeng couldn't understand how Chen Wei could remain so calm in front of so many people, all of whom were martial artists. Chen Wei, why don't we run away together? They have more people, and no matter how strong your muscles are, you can't beat them. Su Yumeng took Chen Wei's hand, but this guy was like nailed to the ground and did not move at all no matter how hard she tried. They should run away if they meet me. What time is it? You are still showing off. Su Yumeng said with a headache. You guys, are you okay? You actually said that we are the ones who should run away. Well, he probably doesn't know that we are all at the city bronze level, right? After Chen Wei finished speaking, there was an endless stream of mocking voices. The onlookers had a good opinion of Chen Wei because of those two songs. They didn't go to the extent of mocking him, but they also didn't think that he had even a 0.01% chance of winning against the Budo club. This is a battle without suspense. Don't worry, your brother. Chen Wei let go of Su Yumeng's hand, and immediately changed his words halfway through his words. Your boyfriend, I'm still very strong. So handsome. Su Yumeng was stunned for a moment. No. Su Yumeng, you can't be fooled by appearances. Let's call 120 right away. Su Yumeng took out her cell phone. I'm in a hurry, you guys come together. Chen Wei also wanted to try out how powerful he would be as a kung fu master. How can you be called a kung fu master if you can't even deal with a few minions like these? Boy, you are so arrogant. Watch my fight. Feng Qian was the first to be hit. He couldn't stand anyone being more arrogant than himself. What a fast punch. This is how Feng Qian appears in the eyes of others. Why is it so slow? Is this guy shooting in slow motion? Chen Wei was speechless. He didn't realize that Feng Qian was such a humorous person. Is this guy stupid? Why isn't he hiding? He's about to be hit. I guess he was scared. Alas, it is too unrealistic for ordinary people to want to compete with the martial arts club. After hearing these words, Chen Wei finally realized that Feng Qian was only moving in slow motion in his eyes. However, Chen Wei himself was not affected and dodged with a sideways step. So fast. Feng Qian was surprised and was about to turn around to chase after him when the sandbag-sized fist quickly enlarged in front of him. Bang! With one punch, he was knocked 3 or 4 meters away, and blood foam flew everywhere. He actually beat Feng Qian. This guy is too strong. Knock out Feng Qian with one punch. Even the president of the martial arts club can't do it. The topic suddenly changed, and the balance of winning rate was seriously tilted. What are you still standing there for? Hit me. Feng Qian wiped the blood from his nose and ordered. Chen Wei's punch not only knocked out several of his teeth, but also broke his nose. Feng Qian swore that he would not let Chen Wei off easily. Bang! Boom! Several people rushed forward, but ended up giving away their heads. In slow motion, Chen Wei is invincible. Seeing the martial arts club members screaming and wailing on the ground, Su Yumeng held up her phone, stunned. Hello, what's your address? Hello. The operator on the other end of the phone was still confirming the message with her. Su Yumeng quickly came back to her senses and said, Nanda, please send a few more cars over, there are many injured. How come this guy is so good at fighting? When Wang Zichuan faced Chen Wei, he was so frightened that his legs went weak and cold sweat broke out uncontrollably. That. Bang! Just as he was about to speak, Chen Wei slapped Wang Zichuan in the face with lightning speed. You dare to hit me? Wang Zichuan was filled with anger, and like a mad dog, he wanted to pounce on Chen Wei. Bang! Then, another slap came on the left cheek, and the stinging sensation was very even. He dared not say a word. Bang! If you dare to bother Yumeng again, I'll break your legs. Chen Wei raised his arm and punched the tree trunk. The leaves were falling, and when he let go, surprise broke out in the silence. Wang Zichuan turned his head slowly, like a robot without lubrication. When he saw clearly what Chen Wei had left on the tree trunk, his eyes widened instantly. A fist mark that is 1 centimeter deep. Is this still a human being? The deterrent effect is instantly maximized. Wang Zichuan's legs finally couldn't bear the pressure and he fell down. Let's go. Chen Wei walked to Su Yumeng and raised his arm. Yeah. Su Yumeng took his hand and left under the envious gazes of everyone. Halfway. Chen Wei. You're not trying to say that you're in love with me, are you? Don't worry, I'm your brother. Chen Wei interrupted. Stop being so self-indulgent, you stinky little brother. Su Yumeng pulled her hand away, ran to a place 10 steps away from Chen Wei, turned around, stuck out her tongue, and made a face. Hey! I think you'll be in trouble if I don't beat you up for 3 days. Chen Wei chased after him. R. The naughty little brother hit his sister. Su Yumeng ran away quickly, but there was no fear on her face. Instead, he smiled happily, enough to compete with the sunset. However, in the eyes of others, they are just crazy. After sending Su Yumeng home, Chen Wei turned around and took a taxi to Guanghui Entertainment. Just as Chen Wei was about to enter the door, seeing the security guard extending his hand again, Chen Wei asked impatiently, "Why are you stopping me this time?" "No, don't misunderstand Mr. Chen, I just want to ask you for an autograph. My daughter likes your songs very much." The security guard explained hurriedly. "Oh, I see." Chen Wei took the signature paper and pen from the security guard. He was not a person who held grudges, so he wrote down his signature in a flourish. After receiving the signature paper, the security guard bowed deeply and said, "Thank you very much, Mr. Chen. I hope you can get first place today too. Thank you, and say hello to your daughter for me." Chen Wei responded politely. I have to say, this feeling of having fans is really not bad. What a sense of accomplishment. If it weren't for the system, I probably would never have been able to enter a place like this in my lifetime, and would have lived my entire life in a muddle. Looking at the magnificent hall, Chen Wei felt that he was very lucky. Regarding the word lucky, he has already thought about what to sing tonight. Chapter 15, A Game Without Suspense. The host stood on the stage and spoke with great emotion. Tonight is the second round of eliminations. The contestants are fully prepared. Here, I will secretly reveal to everyone that tonight, contestant Chen Wei will still bring his original song. Please look forward to it. As soon as these words were spoken, the whole audience was instantly boiling. Next, please welcome singer number 1, Liu Kai. Their host turned around and said. 1 minute passed. 2 minutes passed. People are whispering in the audience, where are they? Maybe my voice is too soft and people didn't hear me. Sorry. Now, please welcome singer number 1, Liu Kai. This time, the host raised his voice a lot. Next. Please come in. Halfway through their words, someone suddenly ran up to the stage, leaned close to their host's ear, and whispered something in a low voice. What? Withdrew from the competition. Everyone covered their ears after hearing the loud noise. I'm sorry, everyone. Liu Kai has withdrawn from the competition due to health reasons, the host apologized. We are not fools, so it is impossible for us to believe the host's words so easily. If it was due to physical reasons, it would be impossible to notify him now. What's more, some people in the audience had some impression of Liu Kai. He was very strong. It was estimated that he was a lucky person who had never caught a cold since he was a child. Still remember the order of appearance yesterday, Liu Kai was ranked after Chen Wei. After going on stage, because of the huge difference in their strength levels, the contrast was like heaven and earth. Seeing those disappointed faces, the tall guy, over 1.8 meters tall, a semi-professional singer, actually sang with a tremolo. It is understandable that he would voluntarily withdraw from the competition. Compared with Chen Wei, the sun, the brilliance of the stars seems too insignificant. The suspense of the next game. There is no suspense at all. Look at you, why did you tell the contestants in front of you about the original song in advance? It makes them so embarrassed. Song Yang said unhappily. This is entirely the host's personal operation and not arranged by the program team. I just wanted to liven up the atmosphere, but who knew that everyone would be looking forward to the new song? The host didn't expect that this sentence would be so powerful. Sister Yang, someone else has withdrawn from the competition. At this time, the assistant ran over and said, proceed as usual. If there is not enough time, replay it. I have to admit that this is definitely the most boring competition that Song Yanger has planned since she started. No suspense, no excitement, no thrill. None at all. The competition had not even started yet, but the champion had already been confirmed the moment Chen Wei joined in. Next, the original new song by the contestant, Chen Wei, is Little Lucky. I've finally been waiting for this. If you don't come, I'm really going to fall asleep. What was that singing? I hope I can reach the level of Nanshan Nan, at least half of it. If their host didn't hold the microphone, he would definitely be drowned out by the wave of sound. When the singer who sang before saw this scene, his eyes dimmed and he was slightly surprised. It turned out to be a living person. The song Chen Wei had already prepared in advance and handed it over to the teacher in charge of music. He still remembers the man's expression at that time. After all, these days, there are many people who can sing, but not many who can sing, write, and compose. I heard the raindrops falling on the green grass, I heard the bell for the end of get out of class ringing in the distance, but I didn't hear your voice, seriously, calling my name. Why didn't I realize that meeting you was the best thing in my life? Maybe I was too busy smiling and crying, too busy chasing shooting stars in the sky, so I naturally forgot who was guarding me silently in the wind and rain. It turns out that you are the luck that I want to keep the most. A brief silence is for a better outbreak. Everyone stood up and applauded so loudly that it seemed as if the ceiling would be blown away. With his arms open and a slight bow, Chen Wei said in his heart, "System, can you hear my voice?" Sister Yang's assistant ran over, wanting to say something but stopping herself. Go ahead, I'm mentally prepared. Song Yanger took a deep breath. The remaining few singers have all withdrawn. With an hour and a half of broadcast time, our current content plus the materials still need more than 10 minutes to repeat it. Hey! Sister Yang! The female assistant quickly supported Song Yanger. After seeing Chen Wei step down from the stage, the host shouted for a long time but no one came out. Fortunately, he was well prepared. While Song Yanger was thinking of how to respond, he started telling jokes to the audience, cold jokes. Xie Wei, wait a moment. Hearing Song Yanger's voice, Chen Wei stopped and turned around and asked, Sister Yang, how was my performance today? Good, that's great. It's not just great, it's too good. But he is born excellent after all, we can't force him to become not excellent, right? Sister wants to ask you a favor. Song Yanger clasped her hands together and bent slightly. Sister Yang, you go ahead. Afterwards, Song Yanger told Chen Wei the news of the contestants' withdrawal, and hoped that he would go on stage for a few minutes, not much, just 2 songs. Then I'll sing Nanshan Nan and you, my deskmate, again, okay? Chen Wei asked. Song Yanger is a very important mentor on Chen Wei's road to fame. He has no reason to refuse this small favor. What's more, the singing competition is now attracting a lot of attention. Most of the time, it's all about exposure, or to be more blunt, it's all about fame and fortune. You, my deskmate. You also sang that song. Song Yanger said in surprise. The video uploaded on the internet was too blurry to be recognizable at all. Song Yanger just felt that the voice was a bit similar, but she didn't expect it was actually Chen Wei. This guy, women are made of water, and he is made of talent. Yes, it's me. Chen Wei nodded and admitted. Okay, sure. Thanks, I owe you a favor. Saving the situation is like putting out a fire, and Song Yanger didn't dare to delay for a moment. My neighbor's child is named Zhu Chuan. Every time his mother buys him clothes, she tells people that these are for our Zhu Chuan. Audience. Judging from the host's stiff expression, he probably won't be able to hold on for long. Hear the entrance music start. The host was relieved and looked over. Let's welcome contestant Chen Wei to the stage again. Chen Wei took the microphone and said, what a coincidence. The singers behind me all have something to do and cannot participate in the competition. Now I am the only one left. I can't let you come for nothing. At least I want to make your tickets worthwhile. I want to sing 2 more songs. I wonder if you are willing to listen. Yes. Of course. There is such a benefit. Order a song, my deskmate, the online video is too blurry, I want to experience the live version. There was not a single person among the hundreds of people present who was unwilling to agree with Chen Wei's words, and they were all very enthusiastic. In the audience. Sister Yang, I'm a little worried now. The host suddenly spoke. What are you worried about? Song Yanger asked puzzledly. I'm worried that he will take my job. The host said slowly. Chapter 16 The Little Prince. Although this was the worst episode of the singing competition, with not even half as many singers as usual, the ratings increased by half. Some people even joked that this season's singing competition has become Chen Wei's personal concert, and it has been played twice. Seeing her superior's approving look, Song Yanger felt mixed emotions, not knowing whether to cry or laugh. Chen Wei has single-handedly raised the level of the entire singing competition. It is estimated that not many people will actively sign up for this season. In order to prevent potential singers from feeling that participating in the competition is a shameful thing, Song Yanger deliberately asked the editing team to replace the footage of the audience cheering for Chen Wei with the perspective of those singers competing. However, the truth was eventually discovered by sharp-eyed viewers, and a post exposing the truth was posted online. The personal spaces of other singers were attacked, and most of them were ridiculed, saying things like, "You are so brave," and "A newborn calf is not afraid of a tiger." It can also be considered a reverse fire. But he couldn't bear the pressure and chose to withdraw. Hey! Think about it again. I think there is still a chance. In the office, Song Yanger put down the phone and drew a cross on the last singer on the list. In the entire singing competition, Chen Wei is the only contestant left. Song Yanger really doesn't know what to do. Pulling the long hair that is as tangled as a waterfall, thinking seriously. On the other hand, Chen Wei felt relieved after leaving Guanghui Entertainment. He has now officially become an artist under Guanghui Entertainment, with a signing fee of up to 1 million. Suddenly, he became a millionaire. However, it will take some time for the money to be deposited into the account. Song Yanger transferred 10,000 yuan to Chen Wei in her personal name and asked him to deal with it while she would ask the finance department to complete the formalities as soon as possible. Chen Wei had no intention of hiding the 10,000 yuan and planned to buy some small gifts for the sisters. He took out his phone, found Su Yuman, and sent a message. Brother has signed a contract with an agency and made a lot of money. What gift do you want? Tell me. A moment later, Su Yuman sent a link. Chen Wei clicked on it and saw that it was a camera. He then looked at the price, 188,888. Chen Wei, get out. He pressed the power button, put it back in his pocket, and muttered, I'd better choose it myself. Take a taxi to the China World Mall. Something girls would like? All Chen Wei could think of were dolls, cosmetics, and jewelry. The doll is too insincere, cosmetics? He is a grown man, what does he know about cosmetics? Let's go to a jewelry store. For a cheap necklace, 10,000 yuan is enough. Welcome, sir, the waiter said halfway through the greeting when he was stunned. The excitement in his eyes was undisguised, as if he had recognized Chen Wei, but he did not make it public. Isn't it good to have this opportunity to be alone with your idol? Why do you have to make it known to everyone? You? I'm sorry, sir. I was distracted. Try again. Can this be repeated? Welcome, sir. How can I help you? The waiter asked in a friendly manner. I want to buy a small gift for my sister, and my budget is only 10,000. Chen Wei ignored the waiter's smile that made him feel slightly uneasy and explained his purpose. Okay, I got it. Please come this way. Chen Wei followed the waitress to the counter and accepted her enthusiastic recommendation. Take a look at the prices. Seeing Chen Wei shaking his head, the waiter asked, Are you dissatisfied with the style? It's the price, Chen Wei explained. Sir, if your budget is 10,000 yuan, these necklaces are definitely the most cost-effective in our store. Honest man, tell me the truth. The waiter said truthfully. But I have 4 sisters. Waiter. He smiled slightly, a little embarrassed. Excuse me, then I sincerely recommend this one, the 4-leaf clover. The highlight of the design is that the 4 necklaces put together form a complete 4-leaf clover. The original price of 4 necklaces is 12888. I will give you a discount, $99.99. What do you think? Chen Wei held the 4 necklaces in his hands and played with them for a while. He had to admit that the workmanship was indeed fine and the styles were very beautiful. Among the silver jewelry, they were definitely a grade. The original price is definitely more than 12,888. If you can buy 2 at this price, it's a huge profit. Okay then, I want these 4 necklaces. Please pack them for me. Okay, thank you for your patronage. By the way, is that guitar on your wall a decoration? Chen Wei noticed. Well, to be honest, I once had a dream of becoming a musician, but reality is cruel. It's just a wish for me to live it up, the clerk sighed. Can you lend me your guitar? Chen Wei asked. Of course. Although she didn't understand Chen Wei's intention, since it was her idol's request, she had no reason not to agree. He found a stool, stepped on it, and took down the guitar. Ahem. It's been unused for a long time, and it's all covered in dust. I'll wipe it off. Chen Wei nodded and waited patiently. He brought a chair and took the guitar from the clerk, or to be more precise, the boss's wife. So you want to sing? Seeing Chen Wei's attitude, the proprietress suddenly realized. Look. Isn't that Chen Wei? It's true. Go and have a look. One person noticed Chen Wei's presence, and word spread quickly. Soon, the area in front of the jewelry store was blocked. Seeing that the audience had almost gathered, Chen Wei began to play. I'm still looking for someone to lean on and someone to hug me, someone who will pray for me, worry for me, get angry for me and make a fuss for me. Happiness began to show signs, fate slowly brought us closer, then loneliness was swallowed up, boredom became something to talk about and something to change. Your dimples and long eyelashes are your most beautiful features. I can't sleep every day because I miss your smile. You don't know how important you are to me. My life is complete with you. For Chen Wei, it is easy to make people indulge in the world of singing. Applause and praise are no longer a luxury. This song is so sweet. It's so sweet. Why would a famous singer want to sing in a jewelry store? It can't be to sell jewelry, right? Har 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 har. He plucked the guitar strings and said, My friend, you have a really good eye. Your girlfriend is so beautiful, but she doesn't even have a piece of jewelry. Don't you think it's a pity? Women are the source of men's pride, and you can't be stingy with that money. Oh, the smile froze. Oh what? He's right. I've been with you for so long, and you've never even bought me a necklace. I don't care. If you don't buy it for me today, we'll break up. Separate. Hearing these 2 words, the man immediately became timid. Buy, why not buy? There are many people like this. After all, one of the main users of shopping malls is couples. The proprietress roughly calculated that this song brought in at least over 1 million in sales to the store. After the busy work, when I wanted to thank Chen Wei, he was gone, and only the guitar was left leaning against the wall. Chapter 17 for Leaf Clover. After walking out of the mall with the gifts, Chen Wei hailed a taxi on the roadside. There was still some money left in his card, enough for the fare. Adjusting the rearview mirror, the taxi driver took a deep breath and stared at Chen Wei in the mirror for a while. Little brother, you look familiar to me. Have we met before? No, I don't remember where I've seen you. Chen Wei said truthfully. After hearing what Chen Wei said, the driver didn't think any more and stepped on the accelerator. Master, I have transferred the money to you, please take a look. The driver picked up his phone, took a look, and responded, Okay, got it. Reach out and turn on the radio. Next, the song sung by Chen Wei is You, My Deskmate. It ranks first in the total number of on-demand votes. Please enjoy it. The phone slipped out of my hand and fell before I could put it back into the drawer. My deskmate. The driver's eyes widened and he suddenly remembered that was his daughter's favorite singer. I parked the car on the side of the road, picked up my phone, found my daughter, and sent her a message, Are you there? Daughter, what? I'm in class. Father, I just picked up Chen Wei from a customer service. What? Where is he? Take a picture and show it to me. Sign, Dad, please sign. Seeing these rows of exclamation marks, the driver couldn't help but have a headache. After hesitating for a long time, I confirmed and sent, I didn't recognize him just now, and let him run away. Daughter. Father, but I have this car money he gave me, do you think it can be of any use? Daughter, give it to me when you get home. Father, I'll give it to you now. Daughter? Daughter, why are you giving me a red envelope? Father, what he gave me was a red envelope. Message sending failed, please add the other party as a friend. Take out the key, hear the lock unlock, and then pull the door handle. Stop it. Suyuman? Apart from Suyuman, Chen Wei couldn't think of anyone else who could do such a boring thing. There were snickers, but no sign of stopping. Suyuman, are you serious? Do you still want a gift? After Chen Wei said this, Suyuman stopped playing pranks, opened the door, and said with surprise on her face, you really bought it for me. Where do I get so much money? Chen Wei said unhappily. My elder sister loves you so much, how could you be short of money? I don't believe it. Suyuman looked doubtful. Sometimes, she had doubted more than once who was Su Qingyue's blood relative between herself and Chen Wei. Believe it or not, it's up to you if you don't want to. Chen Wei really doesn't indulge anyone. So what gift did you buy for me? Suyuman closed the door and ran after Chen Wei barefoot. It would be a lie to say she wasn't looking forward to it. Here. Chen Wei gave one of the 4 boxes to Suyuman. I remember this seemed to be a famous brand, and you still say you have no money. Suyuman snorted, but her body was quite honest. Why do I feel like this necklace is missing something? Suyuman couldn't put it into words. Too lazy to think about it, she lifted her hair and said to Chen Wei, please help me put it on. Hurry up. Seeing Chen Wei standing still like a mountain, he stomped his feet and urged him. What did you call me? Suyuman said speechlessly, brother, pigeon, are you satisfied? Your last pronunciation seems wrong. Chen Wei noticed it keenly. Okay, don't worry about it, just help me put it on. Suyuman said coquettishly, her voice could melt people's bones. Chen Wei could probably figure out why she had so many fans. Who can stand this? At this time, Su Mengdai came out of the room, still looking sleepy, as if she hadn't slept for several days. Her attention was instantly attracted to Chen Wei and Suyuman downstairs. There's definitely something fishy going on with these two people, he murmured softly while taking out his cell phone to take a picture. Find the contact, sister, and send it. Big sister, wait for me to come back and deal with it. Su Mengdai covered her mouth and laughed secretly, now it's going to be a good show. I didn't expect that the person who resisted the most fiercely when entering the door would be the first to fall. Time passes by every second. Chen Wei prepared the food and the 4 of them sat at the table. Su Mengdai winked at Su Qingyu. Su Qingyu rolled her eyes at her, knowing what Su Mengdai was thinking, and she was also looking for an opportunity. That. What? Chen Wei suddenly spoke. Su Qingyu was so nervous that she couldn't hold it in. I want to tell you a good news. Could it be that the 2 of them are planning to make their relationship public? You say. Su Qingyu choked up and seemed a little nervous. Su Mengdai found it very exciting and wrapped her feet around it, preparing to use it as material for her novel. I successfully signed with Guanghui Entertainment and officially entered the singer industry. The signing fee procedures have not yet been completed. I only received 10,000 yuan and bought some gifts for everyone. As he spoke, Chen Wei stood up and walked behind Su Qingyu, opened the gift box and took out the necklace. Su Qingyu lifted her hair naturally and glanced at Su Mengdai, complaining that this little devil was reporting false military intelligence. Su Mengdai turned her head away, pouted, and said disappointedly, it's so boring. Chen Wei, where did you buy this necklace? Su Qingyu's eyes fell on the logo of the gift box and said in surprise, isn't this a product of our company? A 4-leaf clover. Wait, today I heard a piece of news from down there that a random singer was singing for a store to advertise it. Could that person be you? Su Qingyu asked, connecting the 2 events together. It's me. Chen Wei admitted generously, not thinking there was anything worth hiding. Brother, you are so awesome. Su Qingyu's next behavior scared Su Yuming and Su Mengdai so much that they dropped their chopsticks. How come they kissed? Sister, how could you kiss him? Su Yuming blushed and pointed. What's wrong with me kissing my own brother? Su Qingyu thought Su Yuming's words were strange. You are my sister, how can I kiss you less? Wrong logic. This is wrong logic. He is a boy. Su Yumeng retorted. The boy is also my brother. Judging from the looks in their eyes, the two sisters are getting into a fight. What about mine? Su Mengdai found the opportunity and stretched out her hand. Here you go. Chen Wei took out the gift box from his pocket and placed it in Su Mengjia's palm. You won't put it on me? I'm a woman too, I will be jealous too, or you don't treat me as a woman. Su Mengdai tilted her head and asked seriously. How is that possible? Sister, you are also a stunning beauty. Stop flattering me and wear it on me. Su Mengdai gave Chen Wei a reproachful look, but she didn't really mean to blame him. This younger brother is quite good at talking and doing things. At least, she doesn't hate him for now. After taking one look at Su Qingyue's chest and then at Su Mengdai, Su Yumeng finally understood why it was called a four-leaf clover. You are thoughtful. The corners of his lips slightly raised. Chapter 18 Live broadcast with Su Yumeng. After dinner, Su Qingyu took a bath in the bathroom. Su Mengdai was still working on the manuscript with a miserable look on her face. Chen Wei was in charge of washing dishes in the kitchen. Living in such a big villa, he had nothing to complain about, just washing dishes. Seeing Su Mengdai walking back and forth behind him, he didn't know how many times she repeated this action of wanting to say something but stopping herself. If you have something to say it quickly. If you have to fart quickly. Chen Wei was a little impatient. What are you talking about? Come on, why are you speaking so vulgarly? Can you be more polite? Su Yumeng rolled her eyes. But soon, his expression changed faster than turning a page. He put his hands behind his back, lowered his head, and drew small circles on the ground with his toes. His voice was as soft as a mosquito's. Well, I have something to ask of you. Is there a time when you still need my help? Tell me about it. So you agreed? Su Yumeng was excited without hiding it at all. I'll let you speak first. If you don't agree, I won't tell you. Then remember to keep this secret well and try to put it into the urn. Come on, I believe you can do it. Chen Wei put the last plate into the cupboard for disinfection, wiped his hands, and passed by Su Yumeng. This guy is so infuriating. Seeing Chen Wei going upstairs, Su Yumeng clenched her fists, puffed up her face, and stomped her feet in anger. But soon, Su Yumeng compromised. Su Yumeng, don't be nervous, you can do it. With your charm, are you still afraid that you can't handle him? Standing at the door of Chen Wei's room, Su Yumeng encouraged herself. The hand that gripped the door handle loosened again. He took another deep breath. It's okay. I've even managed tens of millions of fans. What's a little Chen Wei? Chen Wei. I'm here. Chen Wei's voice sounded in her ears, scaring Su Yumeng. Patting her chest lightly, she asked, why aren't you in there? There's no bathroom inside, how can I take a shower? Chen Wei once again had a speechless expression on his face and complained, don't shoot, there's no buffer, aren't you afraid of breaking your bones? Buffer? Shoot apart. Fuck. You actually said that. Chen Wei raised his hand and pointed. I didn't. Su Yumeng covered her mouth with both hands and argued, you heard it wrong. Well, now let me hear it. How does this big anchor who has tens of millions of fans plan to deal with me? Chen Wei pretended to be curious. Just pretend you didn't hear what I said just now. Su Yumeng buried her head and prepared to leave. If you miss this opportunity, you will miss it too. Chen Wei called out to Su Yumeng. Su Yumeng turned back and calmed down. Okay, I'll tell you. Actually, I bragged to my fans that you were my brother, but they didn't believe it. And tomorrow isn't the weekend. I'm going to do a live broadcast tonight, so I wanted you to show up in my live studio. Why aren't you surprised at all? Seeing Chen Wei's calm face, Su Yumeng became uneasy. Because this is indeed something you can do. Chen Wei said as a matter of course. Su Yumeng. She was speechless. I thought you were going to confess your feelings to me. I got too excited for nothing. Who wants to confess to you? You are just being sentimental. Su Yumeng said unhappily. Let's not talk about this for now. Do you agree or not? I'm going to start broadcasting in half an hour. Su Yumeng said anxiously. The bragging has already been spread, and she doesn't want to lose face in front of her fans. Agree or agree? Chen Wei frowned slightly. Don't worry about these little details, tell me your answer, handsome guy. Su Yumin waved her hand. Yes. Chen Wei gave a thumbs up, you have good vision. I will help you with this. Very good. Seeing Su Yumin rushing towards him, Chen Wei quickly reached out and pushed her face away, saying warily, what do you want to do? When love is deep, it's out of control. It's the same as my elder sister. Su Yumin stepped back, feeling that she was a little too excited. Well, I'll give you 10 minutes to get ready. After all, he's my Su Yumin's brother, so you can't look too miserable. Are you still dissatisfied? When Chen Wei reacted, the person had disappeared. Su Yumin leaned against the door with her hands on her chest, her face flushed red, with a hint of disappointment in her eyes. Soon. Boom. 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 Chen Wei dressed up and knocked on Su Yumin's door. Coming. Su Yumin's voice came from behind the door. Then the door locks open. Su Yumin asked infatuatedly, handsome guy, who are you? Stop it. I'm not kidding. Su Yumin said seriously, the saying that clothes make the man, and gold makes the Buddha is true. This is exactly like my brother, Su Yumin. Who do you think people will think is the older brother and who is the younger sister when we walk outside? Are you laughing at me for being short? Height is obviously Su Yumin's Achilles heel. No, I'm laughing at your youth. Chen Wei's mind worked quickly. Hurry up, I'm in a hurry to go back to sleep after showing my face. Chen Wei stretched lazily and walked into Su Yumin's room with a swagger. Dolls, visible to the naked eye, dolls everywhere. The main color of the room is pink, and everything about it embodies the word cute. Fans may ask you to do something with me later, so don't agree. What? Chen Wei smiled with good intentions. Like playing games, interacting, etc., what dirty things are you thinking about in your mind? Su Yumin reacted. Only dirty people think dirty things. I didn't say anything. Your thoughts are all written on your face. Chen Wei even picked up the mirror and looked at it, where are the words? Forget it, I won't talk to you anymore, let's start the live broadcast. Su Yumin glanced at the time on the wall and gave up. She is still too naive to compete with Chen Wei in a verbal argument. The wind will cry, it's on air. It's on air. The anchor lost the short skirt handstand, look at my nickname. Meng Meng Meng, the person upstairs is a talented person. Dadater, that Sunder anchor is still so cute today. Who isn't he 8 Sunder, come here just because of the reputation. Hey. You actually agreed to their perverted request. Chen Wei looked disgusted. Reverse smoking, who's talking? Peeing 3 feet in the wind, man. Who is this monster? Come out. Autistic teenager, why is there a man in the host's room so late at night? Could it be that the host is not bragging, and Chen Wei is really your brother? Red pig, one is surnamed Chen and the other is surnamed Su, how could they be siblings? I smell a conspiracy. My father is alive and son-in-law, and I have the same last name as my mother. Is there a problem with that? Su Yumin was confident but unjustified. Dingfeng Pishizhan, that's not right, why does your brother have the last name Chen? Dingfeng Pizhanshan, brother upstairs, I feel offended. My father died early, and my mother misses him. Is there a problem with letting him take my father's last name? Chen Wei stood aside and couldn't help but marvel at what he said. This guy really dared to say that. Chapter 19, Jedi Eating Duck. There's nothing wrong with just a bunch of comments. Xiao Fengxian, whether it's a mule or a horse, pull it out for a walk. How can we know if it's Chen Wei if he doesn't show his face? Mimimi, yeah, I'm still waiting for the host to do a handstand in her short skirt. Lightning Knight, yo. Do you really think I'm a horse? Looking at the chat window in the lower right corner of the computer screen, where the barrage of messages was refreshing frantically, Chen Wei didn't know what to say. However, it is enough to prove that Su Yumin, the number one anchor on the platform, is not overly popular. Within a few minutes of the broadcast, she topped the charts in terms of number of viewers and gifts. At worst, you're second. Come on, brother, show your face and let them see it. Su Yumin waved her hands arrogantly. For her, slapping fans in the face seemed to be something she enjoyed endlessly. Chen Wei had no choice but to move his head closer. After all, he had promised the other party. It would be a bit mean to go back on his word now. Xiao Fengxian, oh my god. Is it really Chen Wei? Descendant of the deaf, is their host trying to scare us with special effects? Lonely Saigao, I am a special effects artist, and I can prove that this is definitely not a special effect. Special effects? Are there such realistic special effects now? Su Yuming said, and reached out to pinch Chen Wei's face. Chen Wei knew that this girl wanted to take the opportunity to take revenge on him and used proving her identity as an excuse. Yeah. How is it possible to have such realistic special effects nowadays? And it can also interact in real time. Chen Wei said, and stretched out his hands to pinch Su Yuming's chubby little face. Are these two really fighting or are they just acting? Blue scream, this should be acting, right? Pure-hearted young man, these two have great acting skills. After pinching for a while, Su Yuming was the first to show weakness, and Chen Wei let go. You can't really hold it for 2 hours in front of millions of viewers, right? Okay, now that my face is exposed, you have to admit defeat. You haven't forgotten what you promised me, right? Su Yuming faced the camera and showed a sly smile as if her plan had succeeded. Then, for several minutes, gifts worth thousands of dollars were thrown around. They are all wealthy people who have plenty of money and can afford to play. Okay, there's nothing for you to do now, go back to sleep. Su Yuming waved her hand. Chen Wei had a cold face. This guy really just throws people aside after using them. Xiao Feifei, no, at least let me sing a song before leaving. Hash yes, it's so hard to get here, so we should at least interact with the host, right? Singing so late at night, do you want me to be knocked on the door by the property management? Su Yuming rolled her eyes. Tong or Jie, then it's okay to play games, right? She's a signed singer now, she's very busy and has to sleep regularly, unlike us, who are all-night owls. Su Yuming made an excuse. He, but I heard that the singing competition has been postponed and all the contestants withdrew under pressure. Yashiking, could it be that Chen Wei was hired by the anchor? According to his current fame, their hiring fee must be very expensive, so the anchor is so anxious to get rid of him pushing Glass's expression. That makes sense. Huh. Su Yuming's temper flared up instantly. Let's play, who's afraid of who? Sit down. Didn't you agree not to agree? Chen Wei looked at Su Yuming and really didn't know what to say to her. But games? To be honest, Chen Wei's concept of games still exists in the previous world. After my rebirth, I haven't played any games. Since this is an opportunity, why not give it a try? What are we playing? Chen Wei sat down next to Chen Wei Su Yuming and asked. Of course it's the most popular Jedi duck eating game recently. Su Yuming gestured, you go use that computer, I'll adjust the camera to prevent haters from always complaining that I'm cheating. Eating duck in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Chen Waker had only heard of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, also known as eating chicken. What the hell was eating duck? Later, after logging in, I found that it was a game similar to PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, except that eating chicken was changed to eating duck. Register an account, The Little Prince of Steel Guns. Little Prince of Steel Gun, what kind of crappy name is that? It's too ugly. Su Yuming leaned over to take a look and laughed. Then what have you achieved? Chen Wei pushed Su Yuming's face away, ignoring her obstruction, and looked over. IMC. Laughing, what are you laughing at? Is it that funny? Su Yuming blushed. Chen Wei put his hand on her shoulder and said earnestly, it's good to have dreams, but we must do what we can. Let's start with A. You bastard. Su Yuming pretended to pounce on him. After a few more minutes of playing, the physical contact made all the fans envious and jealous. But they are brother and sister, what's wrong with some contact? I can only comfort myself like this. This game is very difficult. I've already eaten 3 handfuls of ducks, so you'd better follow closely and don't jump around randomly. Su Yuming puffed out her chest and said proudly. How long have you been playing this game? Chen Wei asked. More than 100 games. Su Yuming raised her chin and recalled. Trash. Chen Wei looked at him with disgust. Dare you to call me a loser? I won't protect you later, hum. Su Yuming said angrily. In the previous world, Chen Wei was not an expert at playing PUBG, but it was not difficult for him to win more than a dozen games out of 100. Click on the follow button next to the name. Seeing that Chen Wei ignored her, Su Yumeng could only do it on her own and clicked follow. A typical person with a sharp tongue but a soft heart. Don't fight hard at the beginning, pay attention to searching for equipment. Of course, if you pick up any good equipment, remember to give it to me, so that it can play its maximum value. Remember, if you want to rank well, there is only one word: survive. Su Yumeng imparted the truth about eating duck that she had learned. Damn. How come there are people flying in such a remote place? Su Yumeng couldn't help but sound a little panicked when she saw the parachute. Run. Chen Wei asked. After all, people still have to have some gaming experience. Why are you running? I've picked up a gun. That man is in the toilet, what weapon could he have? At most a small pistol. I'll go over and kill him. Su Yumeng said arrogantly. Then, Chen Wei heard a shotgun blast. When I turned around again, a prompt popped up at the bottom of the screen. I was killed by his father. Su Yumeng said, I want to report his name for violation. How to describe this scene? Impotent rage. Yes, impotent rage. Chen Wei, you'd better run away. That guy has very high skills. He is probably using a Smurf account to bully weaklings. You are definitely no match for him. Su Yumeng advised. There was a burst of gunfire. Chen Wei was standing on the second floor. The little prince of steel guns killed his father with a headshot. Seeing this prompt, Chen Wei felt very uncomfortable. Routines really don't distinguish between the worlds. I think he is a greenhorn. What you two just did was a fight between greenhorns, except you didn't beat him. He could only tease Su Yumeng to have fun. Chapter 20 Game Lucky Star Title. It's a problem of vision. You are taking advantage of the situation. You are not so lucky every time. Su Yumeng said stubbornly. Su Wei, but why do I feel that he has pretty good skills? Lu Wei, this gun control technique must be from a veteran. Black, I don't mean to say anything, host, you should just hold onto others' thighs. Maybe you can still have a chance to eat duck. Su Yumeng felt bitter when she saw that the audience in the live broadcast room were all speaking in Chen Wei's favor. The sister was robbed, and the fans will also be robbed. However, later on, facts proved that Chen Wei's skills were indeed not bad. His nickname is very consistent with his performance. He fought hard all the way. He made no loss by killing one and made huge profit by killing two, and he managed to make it into the top 10. It's a pity that he was tricked by Voldemort and stopped in the top 5, becoming a goalkeeper. Have you played this game before? Su Yumeng asked when she saw Chen Wei quit the game and return to the lobby. I played it in my previous life. Chen Wei said truthfully. No one would believe it anyway if I told them. Previous life? Just brag. Do you still remember things from your previous life in this life? The reactions of Su Yumeng and the audience in the live broadcast room were the same as Chen Wei expected. Chen Wei did not delve into the details and let people know that he was a reborn person. Maybe one day he would wake up in the laboratory, tied to a hospital bed, waiting for an autopsy. Just thinking about it makes my scalp tingle. Okay, get ready. This time, sister will make sure you get the duck. Su Yumeng urged. Chen Wei couldn't stand her nagging, so after entering the game, he just clicked follow. Parachute. The place where Su Yumeng marked the punctuation mark is Jiangcheng. Why did you suddenly turn around again? Chen Wei was puzzled. Don't you see how many people there are? Have you forgotten what I told you before? If you want to rank well, remember the word go. So, what did you choose to search on this bare mountain top? Chen Wei was speechless. As far as he could see, there was not even a toilet. Isn't this because I'm not motivated enough? I'll try harder. The game is over, congratulations on winning the title of landing in a box. Is this landing judgment system poisonous? Does it include the edge of a cliff? Su Yumeng was so angry that she wanted to smash the mouse. I took a look and it was quite expensive, so I gave up. It's almost 12 o'clock, why don't we go to bed? Chen Wei yawned and said weakly. No, I will never go off the air unless I get the duck today. The flames of battle ignited in Su Yumeng's eyes, becoming more and more fierce. Then you can play slowly, I'm going to sleep first. Chen Wei was about to stand up, but Su Yumeng pressed him on her thighs with a firm look in her eyes. No, I said I would take you to eat duck. Do you want to sign in on the 4th day? Chen Wei was about to respond when a prompt suddenly popped up in front of him. I looked up and it was exactly 12 o'clock. It seems that as long as I am still awake the next day, I can sign in. He thought to himself. Sign in. Recite silently at the same time. Sign in progress. Congratulations to the host for winning the title of Lucky Star in the game. Game Lucky Star? Title. What's the use? Chen Wei, you go search the toilet and I will search the big house. Don't worry, I have good equipment. I will definitely give you the extra ones. Su Yuming assigned the tasks and promised solemnly. Give me more. Seeing that Su Yuming had already run into the big house, Chen Wei was too lazy to argue with her. Control the character and open the toilet door. In an instant, the barrage of comments skyrocketed. Holy crap! This toilet is fully equipped. Level 3 helmet, Level 3 armor, Level 3 bag, automatic rifle, sniper rifle, frying pan, flash bomb. I would like to call you the European Emperor. This is definitely God of Europe. Seeing this, Chen Wei roughly understood the use of the reward he had just signed in for. You're really lucky. I actually found a sniper rifle. Inside it was a submachine gun and a level 1 helmet. I'll save all the bullets for you. Su Yuming couldn't see the barrage and was feeling emotional. As soon as I opened the door, I saw Chen Wei standing there fully armed. Su Yuming was stunned for a long time. He slowly said, "Did you pick up the airdrop? Where is the airdrop?" As soon as he finished speaking, the sound of an airplane was heard from a distance, and the airdrop hit Chen Wei directly in the face and landed behind him. Chen Wei turned around and nodded, "Now I have it. We're fully equipped at the start, we're destined to lose." Su Yuming said with shining eyes. Is that right? Chen Wei was not quite sure how much effect the Lucky Star title had in this game. Are we already in the top 10? Su Yuming looked up and suddenly realized. Looking at Chen Wei's battle record again, he killed dozens of people. I find it a bit strange. Why do so many people miss when they shoot at you? It's like the bullets are turning. The bombing zone always follows you, but it's always the enemies who are killed. Su Yuming said doubtfully. Maybe it's because I'm lucky. I have to admit that having such a title on your head is definitely more perverted than cheating. Others would try to avoid the bombing zone, but for Chen Wei, it directly became an additional weapon, and it was a large-scale and precise bombing. Voldemort. Before I could react, the person was gone and turned into a box. There's only one person left. We're going to eat duck. Su Yuming couldn't believe it. Take a look at the battle record, and there are still no kills. Why are you standing up? The poison circle is in our favor now. If we keep crawling like this, we will definitely be able to eat the duck in the end. Su Yuming really didn't want to miss the last chance. Anyone who can survive to the end must be a ruthless person. I've seen him, but he should be offline. Disconnected? Before Su Yuming could react, the game settlement screen popped up in front of her. Are you eating duck now? This sentence is really weird, but at least I got to eat duck. I think eating chicken sounds better. Chen Wei really couldn't get used to the word duck. But that little icon is clearly a roast duck. I can tell you responsibly that it's a chicken. Whatever. I won anyway. It didn't matter to Su Yuming whether it was a chicken or a duck. It was just a game term anyway. Descendants of the Dragon, I also think that PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is more palatable. Covering face, we have all been led astray by the anchor. After successfully winning the game, Su Yuming was finally willing to let Chen Wei go. Looking at the time, it's almost 1 o'clock. Without doing anything extra, I went back to the room and went straight to bed to sleep. And at the same time, in an internet cafe. Are you still angry? The friend put the drink on the table. I just don't understand. Why am I the only one whose internet connection is cut off when there are so many computers? It would be fine if the internet was disconnected, but why did it have to be disconnected when I was the second one? The man became angrier the more he thought about it. Maybe you and that chicken are destined not to be together. Don't be angry. After we finish playing games, let's go eat roasted chicken. Isn't real chicken delicious? His friend patted his shoulder and comforted him. Chapter 21: Who to Catch Up With. Because it was the weekend, it was time for everyone to stay in bed. Even a female CEO with a strong self-discipline like Su Qingyu was no exception. The advantage is that Chen Wei doesn't he have to get up early to make breakfast and can stay in bed longer. At about 7 o'clock, Chen Wei got up, washed up, and so that the doors of his sister's rooms showed no signs of being opened, so he decided to go out for a morning run. Ever since activating the Kung Fu Master Quick Guide, Chen Wei always felt that there was an endless amount of energy in his body that he wanted to release. Every brick and tile in this house is very expensive. If they are damaged, I will avoid that little girl Su Yuming finding fault with me and asking me to pay for it. Go out for a run, hoping to use up the extra energy. Normally, after running several thousand meters, not only would you be extremely tired, but your breathing rhythm would definitely become faster. But now, Chen Wei didn't feel anything at all, his body was as light as a swallow, and his running speed increased exponentially. I ran 2 kilometers without feeling tired at all. I walked to the river and stared at the towering tree that looked quite old. Grandpa, that guy has been staring at the tree for 10 minutes. What does he want to do? The girl asked while learning the boxing routines of the old man. Maybe he's meditating. The old man said casually, not paying attention, and reminded loudly, concentrate and don't be distracted. Oh. Okay. The girl agreed and followed the rhythm of the old man's boxing. Bang. Suddenly, a loud noise was heard. The falling leaves are like rain, giving people the illusion that the earth is shaking. It's boring. The texture is really not good. Chen Wei shook his head. It was really inappropriate to use the tree as a sandbag. Is this guy a psycho? Is he heartbroken? The girl raised her hand to pick off the fallen leaves on her head. Grandpa. He raised his eyes. Seeing the old man standing there in a daze, he slowly uttered words of surprise. This is inch force. Inch power. The girl asked doubtfully, isn't that the power that only the masters on Mount Longhu have who are several dozen years old? Grandpa, you must have seen it wrong. No, I'm not seeing things. The 1 centimeter deep fist mark on the tree is the best proof. The old man is old, but his eyesight is still sharp. He can see clearly from this distance. On the contrary, his eyesight is much better than that of some young people. A fist mark 1 centimeter deep. How come I didn't see it? I told you to spend less time on the computer playing games, but you refused to listen. Now you know you can't see it. Seeing the old man raising his hands, the girl hugged her head and quickly ran away towards the big tree. There really is a fist mark. The girl measured it with her fingers and found it was about the depth of a bone joint. If the imprint wasn't so fresh, she would have seriously doubted that it was made in advance. Grandpa, that guy is really a monster. The girl returned to the old man and exclaimed. I didn't expect that our Daxia would have such a genius. I believe it won't be long before we can catch up. Boom. Before the old man could finish his words, the tree suddenly split upwards from the fist mark, and then fell to both sides. Grandpa, who did you want to surpass? The girl asked. Nothing, just continue practicing. Grandpa, your breathing is a little unstable. Chen Wei was completely unaware of this. Otherwise, you must feel sorry for hurting the old man's self-esteem. He didn't know that he was so strong. Where have you been? As soon as Chen Wei entered the room, he saw Su Qingyu coming out of the room with a facial mask on. Just exercising for a while. Chen Wei replied. Sister, why did you get up so early? Looking at the time, less than 40 minutes had passed. I have a business to discuss. Su Qingyu replied. Do you still have to talk about business on the weekend? Sister, you've worked so hard. I'll go make breakfast. Chen Wei set off. You go sit over there first. Is there anything about me involved here? Su Qingyu took off the mask and threw it into the trash can. She sat in front of Chen Wei and explained, this deal is not with anyone else, but with you. Sister, stop joking. How can someone like me be qualified to discuss business with you? Chen Wei waved his hands, thinking that the joke was quite funny. I'm not kidding. Su Qingyu said seriously. Then tell me, sister, what kind of business is it? For Chen Wei, being able to discuss business with the richest man is a great honor. Do you remember the song you sang in front of the jewelry store? Su Qingyu asked. That song about dimples, I remember it. Chen Wei nodded. So it's called Dimples. Su Qingyu seemed to have solved a problem that had puzzled her for a long time. The song became popular, and so did the jewelry brand under our company. Guess how much money I made in 2 hours? Su Qingyu kept the secret intentionally. 20 million. In order to avoid giving the impression that poverty limited his imagination, Chen Wei deliberately added an extra zero. 200 million. Su Qingyu shook her head and said, I am the richest person in Jiangcheng after all. Is it something worth getting excited about to earn 20 million in 2 hours? Isn't it exciting to make 20 million in 2 hours? Poverty really limits my imagination. Chen Wei suddenly realized. Then sister, you came to me, don't you want to buy my songs? Chen Wei asked tentatively. Yes, but not entirely. Su Qingyu explained in detail, all shareholders of our company are very optimistic about you. They think you are promising rising star and want you to be the image spokesperson of the jewelry brand. Of course, the signing fee will definitely not be small. With your current fame, less than 100 million will definitely be no problem. Sister, we are all family, why should I give you money? Chen Wei swallowed. This money is given to you by the company, not in my personal name. You must accept it, do you understand? Su Qingyu said forcefully. Then sister, I'll call my agent first. After all, I have signed a contract with him. I can't make a decision casually about this kind of thing. Okay, go ahead. If it really doesn't work, I'll talk to her in person. Su Qingyu nodded. If Su Qingyu remembered correctly, Guanghui Entertainment seemed to have talked to her about the image endorsement. It's just that there was no suitable candidate at that time, so she rejected it. Chen Wei found Song Yang's phone number and called her. Hey, Xia Wei, what do you want to talk to me about? Sister Yang, I found a business deal and they want to sign a contract with me, so I thought I'd ask for your opinion first. Oh. How come someone wants to talk to you about signing a contract so soon? Tell me, which company is it? Song Yanger asked with great interest. Sister, what's the name of your company? The jewelry brand was in English and very fancy, and Chen Wei couldn't remember it. Just tell her it's called Qingsha Group. Oh. What? Qingsha Group. Wait. No, that voice just now was President Su, right? You call her sister. Chapter 22, All-Round Genius. At this point, Chen Wei had nothing worth hiding anymore. What's more, it's not shameful to have a sister like Su Qingyu. Chen Wei, you hid it really well. I didn't expect you to have such a background. Let's meet and discuss the cooperation in detail. Okay. After agreeing, Chen Wei hung up the phone. Then I received the coordinates sent by Song Yanga, which was a coffee shop. Sister, I'm going out for a while. Su Qingyu knew what Chen Wei was going to do and didn't ask any more questions. Why did he go out again? Su Mengdai showed a disappointed expression. It took her a lot of courage to give up her weekend sleep in and get up to eat the breakfast made by Chen Wei. For some reason, Su Mengdai had attended many banquets and tasted many delicious foods, but this was the first time she had met a chef like Chen Wei who could capture her taste buds so well. The taste of sour, sweet, bitter, spicy and salty is just right, not more or less. She's a big star now and she's very busy. Su Qingyu replied. Big sister, let me ask you something. What is it? Tell me. Su Mengdai hesitated for a while, but still said, it is said that if you want to capture a man's heart, you must first capture his stomach. Does this also apply in reverse? It should, perhaps, apply. Su Qingyu didn't think much about it and thought that Su Mengdai was looking for material for her novel. She had heard such messy questions many times in the past. I'm going to order takeout. Is it the same? Then I'm in danger. Su Mengdai suddenly realized, it seems that I have to be more careful in the future. Chen Wei can't read minds. Even if he couldn't guess Su Mengjia's inner thoughts from such a distance. Little brother, let's take a taxi. When they arrived at the gate of the villa area, Chen Wei hadn't even opened his mouth yet when a taxi came over. Master, are we so destined to meet? Sitting in the passenger seat, Chen Wei clearly remembered that this was the same taxi driver as before. The driver scratched his head and smiled. Fate is something that is hard to explain and understand. After sending Chen Wei to the station, I saw the driver looked like he wanted to say something but hesitated. He took the initiative to speak. Just say whatever you want to say. Actually, my daughter is a loyal fan of yours, so I was wondering if I could ask you for an autograph. The driver had a simple smile on his face. Of course. Do you have a pen and paper? Chen Wei caught the driver's eyes glancing at him several times on the road. He thought. After learning the truth, I felt a lot more relieved. Thank you, thank you. If we meet you again, I will definitely not charge you. The driver patted his chest and said generously. It's just a small matter. After Chen Wei left, the driver hurriedly took out his cell phone. Our Chen refuses to add you as a friend. Rejected again. This is the 27th time. But this time, the driver was full of confidence. Note, I got Chen Wei's signature. Confirm sending. Seconds passed. Star Moon Cafe. Welcome. The waiter greeted. Sister Yang, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting for so long. Chen Wei found Song Yanger at a glance and had to admit that such temperament was really hard to ignore. Holding a coffee cup, with slightly curled hair draped over her face, she looks full of intellectual charm as she reads a book. It's okay. I didn't have to wait long. Song Yanger closed the book and put it back on the windowsill. I didn't expect you to have such a great background. I thought you were a grassroots singer. Song Yanger asked, what would you like to drink? I can't drink coffee. Chen Wei said honestly. Is there any juice? Song Yanger asked the waiter. Yes, apple juice and orange juice. Give me a glass of apple juice, please. Before this, I was really a grassroots person, but I was just lucky. Oh. How lucky are you? Song Yanger was quite curious. She held her chin with both hands, stared at Chen Wei, and asked. Take away the system stuff and just talk about blood donation. Then you are indeed lucky. Song Yanger nodded and agreed. However, I admire Chen Wei more. Even with such a powerful background, he keeps quiet and chooses to convince others with his abilities. She didn't understand why such an outstanding person had not been discovered by the camera until now. What a shame. Song Yanger looked at the empty piano. I didn't expect the pianist to take a day off today. At this time, listening to piano music and drinking coffee is definitely a very pleasant thing. She didn't seem to be in a hurry to discuss cooperation. After all, this kind of opportunity is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for Guanghui Entertainment. There is nothing to talk about, and the answer is always yes. What remains is nothing more than the issue of distribution of benefits. Sister Yang likes listening to piano music. Chen Wei asked. Yeah, I like it very much. That kind of sound can touch my soul directly. Song Yanger admitted generously, you don't want to tell me that you can play the piano. May I borrow that piano? Chen Wei walked to the waiter. This. The waiter looked at the store manager with some embarrassment. Seeing the store manager nodding desperately, he agreed, of course. Hey. Xiao Wei, you are not serious, are you? You can also play the piano. I don't know. This is my first time playing, but I feel like it's okay. Chen Wei said as he sat down in front of the piano. Press down with your fingers without losing strength. Gradually, Song Yanger frowned and found something wrong. She had never heard this song before, but it was surprisingly touching. As the piano played, a scene comparable to a movie-level scene was uncontrollably conjuring up in my mind. Even the store manager and the staff were deeply immersed in it. This was more beautiful than any piano piece he had ever heard. Chen Wei's playing level and skills were beyond the reach of even the professional pianists they hired at high salaries. If he had the good fortune to be there, he would surely be surprised at Chen Wei's attainments in piano. The music ends in a soft and lyrical mood. Xiao Wei, are you sure this is your first time playing the piano? Song Yanger confirmed again and again. Yes, the first time. Chen Wei affirmed. I had never played the piano before, but when I put my fingers on the keys, I played for Alice very naturally, as if I had muscle memory of at least 50 years. You've torn off the last fig leaf of an ordinary person like me. I originally thought you were just a talent, but I didn't expect that you are actually an all-round genius. Song Yanger gave a high evaluation of this. Chen Wei is definitely more worthy of the title of all-around genius than anyone else. Chapter 23 An Embarrassing Plot. Then Sister Yang, let's talk about the cooperation with Qingsha Group, Chen Wei said halfway. Sometimes, you don't need to say everything, as long as you can convey your meaning. Of course there is no problem. In fact, we at Guanghui Entertainment have approached President Su about the image endorsement before. After all, endorsing Qingshi jewelry itself means a considerable exposure. But at that time, there was no suitable candidate, so President Su declined the cooperation. Song Yang said. By the way, your sister should have told you about the signing fee, right? Song Yang asked casually, wanting to know more. Yes, I did. Chen Wei nodded and responded, 100 million. Cough cough cough. With her eyes wide open, Song Yang turned her head away, her face flushed red from choking. Seeing this, Chen Wei hurriedly handed over the tissue. Thank you. Song Yang took the tissue and wiped her mouth. Xiao Wei, you haven't been in the industry for long, but this signing fee is already as high as that of a top star. You have a promising future ahead of you. Song Yang quickly returned to her usual calm attitude. Otherwise, how could she be called a workplace elite? I have to thank Sister Yang for her keen eye for talent, otherwise I would probably still be a street singer now, Chen Wei said modestly. In the last world, he had seen too many stars who became unpopular because of arrogance. As a person, you should be low-key. However, according to the contract, you can only get 40% of the 100 million signing fee. I will negotiate with the company to increase the share ratio. Usually, the agency is responsible for packaging and making the artist famous, so it takes a higher percentage of the commission. But Chen Wei is different. He has his own aura and popularity. Song Yang was worried that Chen Wei would feel unbalanced. Well, then I'll trouble you, Sister Yang. Although I can't be a billionaire, being a multi-millionaire is not bad either. Song Yang was a little surprised. She didn't expect Chen Wei to agree so readily. This meant that Guangwei Entertainment got a great bargain. No trouble. Song Yang shook her head gently, and suddenly remembered, oh, that piano piece I just heard was the first time I heard it. I wonder which master's work it was. Master? He is not a master. He is just an unknown little-known figure. Chen Wei said with a smile. How is it possible? This level of composition is at least the best in the world. Song Yang said halfway, her eyes fell on Chen Wei's face again, her eyes trembled slightly and said, could it be that you improvised this piano piece on the spot? Chen Wei did not answer directly, but Song Yang already had the answer in her heart. What's even more terrifying is that she seemed to be used to this kind of thing, and her surprise was fleeting. That's it. I'll go back to the company and ask someone to prepare the contract. I'll send it to you when it's ready. Song Yang stood up and said. Thank you for your business. The two paid the bill and walked out of the coffee shop. Goodbye. Goodbye. Then he waved goodbye and left in the opposite direction. When I took a taxi home, the driver was no longer the familiar one. As soon as he entered the door, he heard Su Qingyue's voice, Xiao Wei is back, the buns are not cold yet, come and have some. Okay. After washing his hands, Chen Wei sat next to Su Qingyu and started eating. Seeing that 2 of the 4 breakfasts were still unopened, Chen Wei asked, aren't the third sister and the others going to eat? Su Yuman, that girl, normally wouldn't get up until the afternoon on days like this, so she must have stayed up all night again last night. As for your third sister, she seems to have a poor appetite recently. I have only seen her eat the food you cooked. Su Qingyu recalled. Hearing this, Chen Wei finished the soy milk in one gulp, then stood up and walked towards the kitchen, then I'll make something for third sister. I guess her upside-down life has affected her stomach. By the way, sister, the company said that they will complete the contract and send it to you as soon as possible. Chen Wei reported on his work situation. Okay, I understand. Su Qingyu agreed. Chen Wei spent 10 minutes cooking a bowl of clear soup noodles, went upstairs to Su Mingjie's room. Boom. 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 Knock on the door. Sister, I have no appetite. I really don't want to eat. Su Mingjie's impatient voice came through the door. Third sister, you should eat something. I cooked you a bowl of clear soup noodles. Ar. There was a scream and the sound of something being knocked down and falling to the ground. Su Mengdai opened the door, looking a little disheveled, with disheveled hair and her hands on her slightly red knees. Are you okay? Chen Wei asked with concern. It's okay, give it to me. Su Mengdai stretched out her hands. Chen Wei handed the noodles over, a little puzzled. Didn't he say he had no appetite? It didn't look like that. By the way, how is your typing speed? Chen Wei was about to turn around and leave when Su Mengdai stopped him. 60 words per minute is not too difficult. Chen Wei replied. That's enough. Come in and do me a favor. Okay. Chen Wei didn't think much about it and followed Su Mengdai into the room. Different from Su Yumeng's flashy style, Su Mengjie's room is very simple, with only a wardrobe, a computer desk and a bed. I can't find any highlights, nor can I find any shortcomings. Sister, what do you want me to do for you? Sit there. Su Yumeng slurped a mouthful of noodles and gestured vaguely. Sister, you don't want me to write for you, do you? I can't write novels. Chen Wei said guiltily. Among the skills I awakened, there is no column for great writer. Don't worry, I'm not that stupid. If I ask you to write for me and send it up, won't I be drowned by the razor blades sent by readers? In that case, I might become the first author to get rich by relying on the razor blades sent by readers. Su Mengdai joked to herself. I'll read it and you just type it. Su Mengdai typed too fast yesterday and her fingers were still sore, otherwise she wouldn't have resorted to such a desperate measure. Asking her to read out what she wrote was quite embarrassing, to be honest. Okay. Chen Wei put his hands on the keyboard. Yu Linga looked at Xiao Han, her mouth slightly opened, but she couldn't say the words no matter what. The sound of her heartbeat was like the sound of a bell. It was indeed the first time she had such close contact with a man. She wanted to refuse, but her body. Chen Wei didn't notice anything wrong at first, but as time went on, he started swallowing more and more often. Are all novels nowadays so bold? I still remember that in the last world, the lower part of the neck could not be described, and holding hands was the greatest ambiguity. Sister, is that all? Chen Wei asked tentatively after not hearing Su Mengjie's voice for a long time. I suddenly have no inspiration. You go out first. I will call you when I have inspiration. Su Mengjie's voice trembled slightly. Chen Wei didn't dare to look back and just stood up and left. It just so happens that this kind of plot was updated today, and it's impossible not to be embarrassing. Okay, sister, just put the dishes and chopsticks at the door after you finish eating. I'll come and collect them later. Chapter 24, the #1 European God on the Internet. When Chen Wei walked out of the room, he happened to see Su Yumeng rubbing her eyes and coming out of the room. The two of them walked in almost the same pace. Why are you up so early? Didn't you say you would sleep until the afternoon? Chen Wei looked at Su Yumeng with some surprise. I promised them yesterday that I would get up early today to do the live broadcast. Otherwise, I will have to give out a red envelope of 1,000 yuan. Su Yumeng said, and let out another long breath. Your gifts are worth thousands or tens of thousands of dollars, why are you so stingy with this 1,000 yuan? Chen Wei expressed his incomprehension. We're just fighting for a breath of fresh air, what do you know? Su Yumeng rolled her eyes and walked downstairs. By the way, is it fun to be a host? Chen Wei suddenly asked. Since you are free anyway, why not make some extra money? Being a host is not that easy. Just imagine, you are the only one talking to yourself during a 2-hour live broadcast. How embarrassing it is. Su Yumeng kindly reminded. But then he thought again, you are very popular now. If you start a live broadcast, the platform will definitely recommend it. You don't have to worry about no one watching it. Do you have any extra equipment? Chen Wei continued to ask. Yes, call me sister and I'll lend it to you. Su Yumeng turned around and smiled wickedly. Sister. Chen Wei didn't hesitate at all. His decisiveness made Su Yumeng lose the sense of accomplishment she should have had. Today she finally saw what it meant to be invincible if you have no shame. Go in and get it yourself. It's the box on the left side of the computer desk. Su Yumeng was in a hurry to wash her face. If she continued like this, she might fall asleep while standing at any time. Chen Wei turned around and opened the door, no longer showing the hesitation he had when he first entered. Looking at the white cat claw over the knee socks and some underwear on the bed, Chen Wei was a little skeptical whether Su Yumeng regarded him as a man. Put aside all distractions, find the box, take out the camera, headphones and other equipment from it, and leave quickly to avoid giving anyone a handle. After Su Yumeng returned to the room, she first glanced at the bed. Is that guy a man? After Chen Wei returned to the room, he installed all the equipment. Instead of rushing to start live streaming, I logged into the live streaming platform to see if there were any topics suitable for my live streaming. Eat chicken. I have to admit that the halo of the Lucky Star title in the game is too powerful, and Chen Wei can't feel the excitement of the game at all. Others can play the survival game as a skydiving simulator, while you can just pick up equipment and enjoy the scenery throughout the process. It's not appropriate to sing on the weekend. Live lottery draw? This seems pretty good. To put it simply, live lottery draw means borrowing the audience's account, helping them draw the lottery, and then broadcasting the process live. Drawing a lottery is also considered a part of the game, so the title should also have an effect, right? Just in case, Chen Wei downloaded a recently popular card drawing battle game on his mobile phone. Even if you don't spend a penny, after completing the novice tutorial, you will be given 2 chances to draw prizes, one for the ordinary prize pool and one for the elite prize pool. Follow the instructions to confirm the draw. Both times, they were the highest level character cards that could be drawn from the prize pool. Okay. Chen Wei put down his phone and started registering the live broadcast room. As for the nickname, be a little arrogant. The number 1 European god in the entire network will help you draw the lottery, regardless of the game. The camera doesn't seem to be of much use, and there's no need to show your face when live streaming content like this. Chen Wei didn't have the patience to wait for the audience to enter the room, so he directly recharged 1,000, which was equivalent to buying a scrolling banner recommendation. Thanks to this title, more than 30,000 people came in instantly. It's a cow, not 6, the number 1 European god on the internet. Your title is a bit exaggerated. Yang Xiaoqian, how can the anchor prove that he is a European god? Our money is not blown by the wind. Guru, last time I believed the advice of a European anchor and spent $1,000, but all the equipment turned out to be useless. Menglong, if their host can't prove it, I will go watch other hosts. I saw that the number of people gathered was almost the same, nearly 50,000. Chen Wei opened the card drawing game again and had already projected the screen in advance. He was a ruthless person and didn't say much. He started with a 10 draw game. Rays of golden light are dazzling. Guru, holy shit. 10 consecutive hits, 10 magic cards. This sentence was quickly drowned out by a large number of 666. Private message instant 99 plus. Guru, great, the first one is me, the anchor. I have invested most of half a month's salary in it. You can't let me down again. Guru, I don't ask for too much. I'll be content with 3 pieces of orange equipment. If I win, I'll give 100 small gifts as a reward. The prize pool has a guaranteed mechanism. This money can almost guarantee 2 pieces of orange equipment. In other words, Chen Wei only needs to draw 1 to get 100 yuan. No need to download the game, just find the official website, log in, and select the lottery page. I am Chen, the host won't play a song called Lucky Comes. That's the lucky draw song. Noise reducing earplugs, their host is a European god, does he need metaphysics? Lonely and cold, it's out. Lonely and cold, there is more than one golden light. When the golden light lit up and the equipment appeared, the whole place was boiling. 666 seen with the naked eye, god of Europe, absorbed the European energy. Gunu gave a reward to the anchor boxing champion First Europe and went to watch it quickly. He had originally set his requirements very low, but he didn't expect that Chen Wei would directly drain the orange equipment prize pool in one go. I even logged into the game to check and found that all the equipment had arrived, which was definitely not fake. In excitement, he added an extra 0 to the 100 yuan reward he had promised to Chen Wei. It doesn't matter. If I resell this account now, I can get at least hundreds of thousands of dollars. Is there any need to feel bad about the $1,000? With more and more lucky draws and frequent rewards, the data of Chen Wei's account directly topped the major rankings, and fans were also frantically promoting it in other people's live broadcast rooms. Later, Chen Wei was noticed by the platform and received an insight reminder about being featured on the homepage. On the cover, there is a screenshot of the live broadcast, 10 draws and 10 god equipment, coupled with the platform certification. The first European god live broadcast room has several conspicuous words. This popularity has exceeded the 1 million mark and is still soaring. In Su Yuman's room. Why are there so few people today? It shouldn't be this way on weekends. Su Yuman couldn't help but wonder as she saw the number of people decreasing instead of increasing. Whether, the anchor doesn't know yet. I don't know where this guy from next door came from. He got 10 god level items out of 10 draws. I just checked and he got a god level item out of every 10 draws. Nyan, yes, it's amazing. The game company will probably suffer heavy losses. There were quite a few people playing games in the live broadcast room, so Suyumeng was not surprised when she thought about it. The lucky draw will definitely give out a magical item. Is it really that magical? Suyumeng decided to make a long-awaited ward round. As the top lady on the platform, she wanted to see who this monster was. Obviously, Suyumeng and the audience in the live broadcast room were not the only ones who noticed Chen Wei. Major game companies, looking at the obvious decline in recharge amounts, coupled with the constant refreshing of the number of legendary equipment released from the prize pool, are all over the place, and are asking people to check whether there are any new loopholes. This time, the loss is huge. Chapter 25, The Unlucky Person Cannot Be Saved by the European Emperor. The popularity increased by 300,000 in the blink of an eye. No matter how you think about it, it is impossible for a recommendation to bring about this effect. Seeing the words, rows of arrogant troops are descending, Chen Wei roughly understood that it was the little girl Suyumeng who came to check on her. The publicity efforts are much more impressive than any banner recommendation on the homepage. Chen Wei didn't care too much about it. He opened the backstage and prepared to continue selecting accounts for the lottery. It felt like every click was a consumption, which was very cool. In his previous life, he was also a poor man, but this time he made back all his money with interest. For private messages above 99 plus, a separate private message will be displayed as a talent, not at Sunder. The color nickname is particularly eye-catching, otherwise how can you say it, Supreme VIP. Open the private message and the content is as follows. Jedi Chicken, 100 consecutive draws. Chen Wei also deliberately checked on the internet and found that in the game PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, there are exactly 100 pieces of high-level equipment available. This girl is so sure that I can draw all the prizes. I don't know why, when Chen Wei drew for others, he didn't feel anything, but when he drew for Suyumeng, he thought about her smug expression after drawing good equipment. Chen Wei suddenly felt unwilling. System, are you there? Chen Wei turned off the microphone and shouted. Are you here? Can the title of Lucky Star in this game be temporarily turned off? Can. Okay, while I'm drawing the lottery for Suyumeng, the title will be turned off. Okay. AO Family Army 1, is this my Anchor S account? The tough guy from the AO Family Army, the anchor just said he didn't want it, but it turns out he can't escape its fragrance. Ling Ling FA, the big anchor is just great. We waited in line for a long time but couldn't get a spot, but she was chosen as soon as she arrived. Hey, I guess he is afraid of being suppressed. After all, Oyushin is just a new anchor. Seeing the content of these comments, Suyumeng in the room said with a little dissatisfaction, am I so petty? As Chen Wei fired 10 times in a row, 10 pieces of white equipment appeared. The live broadcast room with millions of fans was silent for 3 full seconds without a single comment. Ling Ling Chi, what's going on? Is your luck failing? I dream of signing in with the richest woman's sister. I've drawn more than 40 times in a row, and they are all garbage. It seems that my luck is really running out. Ao Jun 008, my hostess face is black. How black is it? As black as coal. In the end, after 100 consecutive draws, I didn't even get the guaranteed high-level equipment. Looking at the screen full of comforting comments, Suyumeng felt complicated. Shit, why can't I withdraw my private message? I strongly condemn it. My number was drawn when my luck ran out. I cried. That's half a month's salary. Then the screen was filled with sympathy. 1 shot, 10 hits, 10 golden lights. Damn, the anchor is awesome. I would like to call you God of Europe. Duo MI, what's going on? Is luck back? After drawing 3 more accounts, everyone finally came to a conclusion. Aojiajin 666, it's not that they have run out of luck, it's that our anchor is so unlucky that even the god of luck can't save him. He didn't even get the guaranteed equipment, XSWL. Suyumeng was indeed unlucky. In order to deal with this emergency, major game companies have urgently lowered their prize payout rates. This is also the reason why she couldn't even draw the guaranteed equipment. So much money was invested and all went down the drain, and the ending was laughed at by thousands, no, millions of people. Su Yuming immediately ended the live broadcast at the speed of light, citing a headache. There are only 2 words to describe: uncomfortable, and she only wants to say it once. However, after looking around, I didn't seem to see Chen Wei's name or photo on the list. Could that guy be dead? Thinking of this, Su Yuming felt much better. I plan to go over there to comfort Chen Wei and regain some self-confidence. Open the door quietly and don't give Chen Wei a chance to cover up. Chen Wei, don't be too sad. The road of being a host is indeed not easy. You? His eyes fell on the screen. Su Yuming was stunned on the spot. After confirming it several times, he pointed at Chen Wei and said in surprise, You are the god of Europe. Why are you making such a fuss? Chen Wei scratched his ears, almost stunned by Su Yuming. You have to compensate me. Su Yuming held it in for a long time before she could utter these few words. I really didn't expect that this guy is a signed singer, but the content of his live broadcast was actually a lottery. Why should I compensate you? Chen Wei looked at Su Yuming as if she were a fool. Look at what kind of rubbish equipment you got me before. There's not even a guaranteed bonus. Su Yuming complained. It's your own bad luck, who can you blame? How could they get the prize? Chen Wei was right but still felt confident. What a coincidence, I just can't get the chance to draw. Su Yuming felt that there must be something fishy going on. Yes, it's just such a coincidence. You have to believe in luck. If Su Yuming knew the truth, she would definitely say that it was a pity that Chen Wei didn't go into acting with his acting skills. You must have used cheats to get so many equipments. This is illegal. Su Yuming kindly advised, I think you should stop broadcasting as soon as possible. Those are all big game companies. If you do this, they will definitely not let you go. Don't get me wrong, I didn't win the prize based on the things you came up with in your head. But it's what you can't imagine. Even if they can find me and sue me, so what? Is there evidence to prove that I was cheating? Chen Wei said with great confidence. If you don't listen to the old man, you will suffer the consequences. Do you understand? An old man who was born half an hour earlier than me. You? Stop making noise, I'll take a call first. Chen Wei made a gesture to silence. Although she was very unhappy, Su Yuming still shut her mouth obediently. If it was really an important matter, it would be bad to disturb him. To facilitate the lottery, Chen Wei directly turned on the hands-free function and put his mobile phone aside. Hello. Excuse me, are you the host Yushin? A voice came from the other end of the phone. Yes, it's me. Hello, I'm the general manager of Black Hole Gaming Company. Could you please stop broadcasting the lottery draw for our players? The tone did not sound like an order, but a request. Because they really couldn't find out what means Chen Wei used to create the illusion that he was possessed by the god Europe. Why? This shouldn't be considered a violation, right? It's indeed not against the rules, but it's hard for us to do business with you doing this. How about this? I'll give you 10 million and I won't interfere with you broadcasting other companies' games, but just exclude our black hole games. The man asked tentatively. Can you make the decision on this matter? Chen Wei confirmed. Of course. It can be heard that he is trying his best to hide his excitement. Well, there's no reason for me not to make money if I have it. After that, Chen Wei told the other party his account. Did you see that? Not only did I not cheat, the other party also had to send me money. Chen Wei waved the information of the account arrival in front of Su Yuming. Chapter 26 The Enviable Disciple. He made 10 million in this way. It would be a lie to say that I am not envious. Take another look at the computer screen and see the number of gifts. Su Yuming suddenly felt that if she allowed Chen Wei to continue being the anchor, her position as the top anchor would most likely be lost. The sense of crisis is particularly strong. Before Chen Wei could put down his phone, he got another call from a company called Yuan. Yuming, do you know what it feels like to be a billionaire? Chen Wei asked. I don't feel anything. Su Yuming has been doing live broadcasts for 3 years, and her income has already exceeded 100 million yuan. To be honest, she really has no concept of money. When she wants to buy something, as long as there is enough money in her bank card, that's enough. Then do you know what it feels like to go from being a millionaire to a billionaire in just 2 hours? Chen Wei asked again. How should I know? Su Yuming didn't understand the meaning of Chen Wei's question. Come on, when you can be as good as me one day, then you will know, being invincible is really as lonely as snow. Chen Wei put his hand on Su Yumen's shoulder and spoke earnestly. Su Yumen. Well, you go through all this trouble just to appear better? You've made so much money, aren't you going to treat me to a meal? After all, I lent you the equipment, so you should be grateful, understand? Su Yumen had evil intentions and planned to blackmail Chen Wei. Otherwise it's really hard to feel relieved. She still believes that the 100 consecutive beatings were related to Chen Wei. How could it be such a coincidence? No matter how coincidental it is, it can't be such a coincidence. That's for sure. Call the eldest sister and the third sister, and let's go out for a meal. Su Mengdai didn't want to go at first, but when she heard that Chen Wei had made a lot of money and could go to a 5-star hotel, she also wanted to check what the condition of her stomach was like. Su Qingyu also felt that it was necessary to hold a celebratory banquet and agreed readily. Su Yumen put on a pink skirt early, paired with a pair of ponytails, and her slender legs were covered with white knee-high socks. When Su Qingyu and Su Mengdai came out of the room, Chen Wei was slightly stunned. The two of them were wearing the same fishtail skirt, but in different colors, one white and one black. The biggest advantage of a fishtail skirt is that it can perfectly outline the body curves, especially the waist and hips. Coupled with the goddess aura that the two of them have, they can definitely rival the world's top fashion shows. Once you take a look at it, it's hard to look away. The three sisters are all so beautiful. Chen Wei can probably imagine the expressions on the faces of passers-by later. If jealousy could kill, he would have died 1,000 times already. As for live broadcast, the persons in charge of those mainstream games have already contacted Chen Wei. There are no more games available for drawing, so they can only be put on hold for the time being. Right now, it is more important to have dinner with my sisters. Come to think of it, it was his first time to go to a 5-star hotel. Just booking the private room, before ordering any food, I had already spent more than 10,000 yuan. Just hope I'm not too disappointed. After all, Chen Wei was born in a country with a rich food culture in his previous life, so his taste is more or less a bit picky. Su Qingyu was responsible for driving, and she was the only one among the four who had a driver's license. Su Mengdai didn't have time to learn, and Su Qingyu was too lazy to learn. The only exception is Chen Wei, who had no money to study before. When seeing luxury cars worth tens of millions on the road, most drivers will stay away from them. If they are scratched, the entire car may be lost. How'd you a phantom? There are only 5 of these cars in the world, right? One of them is in our Jiangcheng. Su Qingyu, that woman is really talented and stunningly beautiful. I heard that an international fashion magazine once invited her to shoot a cover, but she refused. How many people dream of this opportunity, and she just rejected it like that? With beauty, you can really do whatever you want. The most amazing thing is not this. The most amazing thing is that the 4 sisters of the Su family, the youngest of whom is the top sister in the live broadcast circle, has assets of 1 billion. Whoever wants to marry them will have to work harder for many years. The appearance of Su Qingyu and the others instantly caused heated discussion. Passers-by stopped just to catch a glimpse of Su Qingyu's elegance. However, the first one to come down was Chen Wei. Little brother, you'd better prepare your wallet. I am a big eater and I only eat expensive food. Su Yumen reminded Chen Wei. That's right, the trick he took was done openly. If you can eat me out of money, even sows will climb trees. Chen Wei retorted. Let's wait and see. Su Yumen snorted. The sun is so bright. Su Mengdai covered her face with her hands, seeming to be uncomfortable with the air outside. Sister, be careful. Seeing Su Mengdai missed a step, Chen Wei quickly reached out to support her. Thank you. Su Mengdai felt a little regretful. If she had known earlier, she should not have worn high heels. Slippers must be so uncomfortable. After Su Qingyu closed the car door, she trotted over and hugged Chen Wei's arm. She enjoyed showing the brotherly love between them to outsiders. Seeing these scenes, countless people who still had fantasies about the goddess were heartbroken. Who is this guy? Why is he so close to the 3 sisters of the Su family? It looks familiar. I'm so jealous and envious. Look how lucky you are to be my younger brother. They all envy you so much. Su Yumen raised her chin slightly and said proudly. If they knew your true face, they would definitely not envy me. What do you mean? What does my real face look like? Su Yumin caught up with Chen Wei in a few steps and pointed at him. Literally. Okay, why have you been bickering since just now? Yu Meng, no matter what, you are still a sister. Don't you know how to give in to your brother? Su Qingyu taught her a lesson. Well, I'm the older sister after all. I won't argue with my naughty younger brother. Su Yumin said stubbornly. My name is Chen Wei. I made an appointment online before. Chen Wei walked to the front desk and introduced himself. Mr. Chen Wei? Well, please come this way. The waiter led the way. We're here. This is your private room. A dedicated waiter will be here to take your order. Please wait a moment. Okay. Chen Wei nodded. Seeing that the waiter was not going to leave and looked like he was about to say something, he asked, Is there anything else? Well, I really like your song Nan Shan Nan. Can I take a picture? The waiter said courageously. This momentum frightened Chen Wei, and he said slowly, Thank you, sure. You're welcome. Enjoy your meal. The waiter left with a smile, her red lips tightly pursed, unable to hide her excitement. She couldn't wait to go back and post a message on WeChat Moments. She could foresee that this would become the post with the most likes, the most comments, the most arrogant, and the most treasured in her life, without a doubt. Chapter 27 Mapo Tofu. Everyone, I'm Xiaomai, the waitress responsible for providing you with full service. Here is the menu, please take a look. Xiaomai distributed for menus to everyone one by one. Why is your face swollen? Are you okay? Chen Wei was a little concerned because the wound was very new. It's okay, sir. We have received professional training and there is absolutely no way we would fight just because our idol is here. Xiaomai gave a formal smile. Chen Wei always felt that there was something wrong with this sentence. Which dish is the most expensive? Su Yumin flipped through a few pages and was quite dissatisfied with the price. It's a 5-star hotel after all, at least add one more zero. It was so cheap, and she would probably die of starvation before she could make Chen Wei cry. Turn to the last page, the lower right corner, there are 7 digits. Chen Wei spoke before Xiaomai. This is it. Su Yumin said directly without even looking at it. Miss, I'm afraid this can't be accepted. Xiaomai looked embarrassed. Why can't you serve it? Since it's on the menu and customers want it, you have to serve it. Su Yumin explained. That's our hotel's landline number. After Xiaomai said this, Su Qingyu and Su Mengdai both covered their faces and smiled. Pfft. Chen Wei laughed even harder, he couldn't help laughing. Su Yumin. Give me 10 of the most expensive dishes in your restaurant first. Su Yumin gritted her teeth and decided to turn her grief and anger into appetite. Eat as much as she can. Okay. Xiaomai turned on the tablet and sent the menu to the kitchen remotely. Su Qingyu knew that Su Yumin didn't have such a big appetite and was just sulking, so she didn't order any food. Su Mengdai also only ordered one dessert. Sister, why don't you guys order any food? When more than a dozen people came in one after another and put all the dishes on the table, Su Yumin finally figured out why no one ordered any dishes. These 10 dishes filled the large round table without any space left. Many of them were set meals, such as seafood platter, lobster, abalone, salmon, sturgeon, and prawns. Let's agree in advance that I'll pay for what you finish, and you pay for what you can't finish yourself. Chen Wei put forward the conditions. Well, let me ask, how much do these 10 dishes cost in total? Su Yumin raised her eyes and looked at Xiaomai. After some calculation, Xiaomai said, 230,000. 230,000. Although Su Yumin is a billionaire at a young age, in order to prevent her from developing a bad habit of spending lavishly, Su Qingyu limits Su Yumin's spending every month. How could she possibly finish so many dishes? But if you can't finish it, this month has just begun, Su Yumin's pocket money. Sisters, eat as much as you want, don't be polite. And you, stinky brother. Su Yumin stuck out her tongue. Sister, why don't you eat? Chen Wei noticed that Su Mengdai didn't seem to have much appetite. Su Mengdai put a shrimp into her mouth. There were dozens of pieces of it, but it tasted like chewing wax. Logically speaking, Su Mengdai couldn't be still not hungry after eating noodles last night, not to mention that she hadn't had breakfast yet. Xiaowei, why don't you go to the kitchen and make something for me? Su Mengdai put down her chopsticks and suddenly said. Mendai, what are you talking about? How can you cook your own meal in a five-star hotel? Su Qingyu said speechlessly. Xiao Mei's face also looked a little ugly. I thought to myself, this guest is really strange. You have to know that the head chef of their hotel was hired from overseas at a high salary, with an annual salary of several million, and has won too many awards to count. It's not that she looks down on Chen Wei, but the two of them are indeed not on the same level and there is no comparison. To be honest, Xiao Mei still favors Chen Wei. Third sister, have you gone crazy from writing novels? Why don't you eat the five-star food and eat what he made? Su Yuman complained as she struggled to open the lobster's head. Su Mengdai ignored them and just looked at Chen Wei expectantly. Okay, I'll try. Chen Wei said softly. Can I borrow the kitchen? Please, in return, I can agree to one condition of yours. Really? There was no trace of embarrassment on Xiao Mei's face. As long as it's within my ability, there's no problem. Chen Wei nodded affirmatively. Okay, please wait a moment. About 3 or 4 minutes later. Xiao Mei returned to the box. Sir, it's okay. Thank you. Chen Wei stood up and went to the kitchen under the guidance of Xiao Mei. Several chefs were quite interested in him. After all, such weird things can't be seen at any time. Little brother, what ingredients do you need? I can prepare them for you. The kitchen was so big, in order to reduce unnecessary trouble, a chef took the initiative to come forward and asked. Braised tofu, pork filling, chili powder, peppercorns, garlic, shallots, sesame oil, water starch, fresh red pepper, fermented bean curd, green pepper, sugar, peanuts. Fortunately, it is a 5-star kitchen. If it were somewhere else, it might not be possible to find all of them. Little brother, what are you going to do? He has been a chef for almost 10 years, but he can't tell what Chen Wei is going to do. A delicacy called mapo tofu. Chen Wei rolled up his sleeves and began to show his strength. This guy has good knife skills. You can also flip the spoon. You are quite capable. This posture shows that he is really good at what he does. People's impression of Chen Wei began to change. Unfortunately, there is no bean paste in this world. Although it can be made, time is tight and there is no time to marinate it, so the taste will definitely be affected a little. It looks good. This sauce smells so good. Can I have a taste of that? No. Chen Wei shook his head. This is for my sister. Many chefs. When he returned to the box, Chen Wei saw Su Mengdai had already cleared a space in front of him, looking impatient. Chen Wei quickly put the dish of mapo tofu in front of her and said, Sister, take a look and see if it suits your taste. Su Mengdai picked up the tofu and minced meat, put them into her mouth, and ate a mouthful of rice. A happy expression immediately appeared on her face. Is it that exaggerated? For some reason, Su Yuming suddenly felt that the lobster in her hand was no longer fragrant. Third sister, give me some too. Su Yuming stretched out her chopsticks. But Su Mengdai stopped him and said, Be good, just eat your 5-star food. Su Yuming. How come you're still protecting the food? Meanwhile, in the kitchen. What to do with the leftover sauce, someone asked. Put it up, maybe someone will still want it. It smells good, do you want to try adding it to the dish? If you think your salary is enough to deduct, just increase it. No one will stop you. Forget it then. The young chef said, putting the bottle of bean paste in the corner. Chapter 28 Sharpshooter. Afterwards, seeing how happily Su Mengdai was eating, Su Yuming tried several more times to reach for her chopsticks. She tried blatantly and covertly to lure the tiger away from the mountain, but each time ended in failure. I can only continue to eat the so-called delicacies that seem luxurious but are tasteless and a bit boring. I can't eat anymore. I really can't eat anymore. Su Yuming fell on the chair, like a puddle of mud. No matter how delicious the food was, she wanted to vomit just by looking at it. However, all their hard work was not in vain. Even if Su Yuming had to pay for the uneaten food herself, there was still a large balance of pocket money for this month. Waiter, please pack my bag. Putting aside the price, Chen Wei definitely doesn't have the habit of wasting food. Okay, sir. Xiao Mei immediately contacted someone. As for the request that Chen Wei had agreed to her before, it was just a photo together, which was not that difficult. What are you doing over there? Chen Wei called out to Su Yuming. I'll admit defeat. Su Yumeng said hatefully. I've already paid the bill. Hearing Chen Wei say this, Su Yumeng was immediately delighted and slapped him on the back. You finally act like a younger brother. Be gentle. Chen Wei was really afraid that Su Yumeng would slap him so hard that he would vomit. Although he is small in stature, he is very strong. In the car. I think as a boy you should learn to protect yourself outside. The girl's face was too close to yours just now. If I hadn't stopped her, she would have slapped you. Su Yumeng said seriously. Really? I'll be careful next time. Chen Wei didn't think he had suffered any loss and responded casually. Sister, it's still early, let's go out and have some fun. It's so boring to just lie in bed when we get back. Su Yumeng suggested. Meng Dai is still writing a novel. Su Qingyu knew that novel authors care about serial updates, and they will keep updating as long as the planet doesn't explode. Worried it will affect her. It's okay, I can type on my phone. Su Mengdai stared at the screen, her fingers tapping on it quickly. Where are we going? Su Qingyu was not good at this kind of thing, so she left the decision to Su Yumeng. Of course the place to go on the weekend is the amusement park. Su Yumeng stood up excitedly. Bang! Tilder, then he covered his head and sat down obediently. A perfect interpretation of what it means to be handsome for only 3 seconds. The amusement park. Speaking of which, Su Qingyu hasn't been to that kind of place for many years since she graduated from college. This is a good opportunity to review it. 7 or 8 minutes later. The four arrived at their destination. Buy tickets for admission. It really is worthy of being a weekend playground. Su Yumeng said after taking a look. Sister, let's go ride the roller coaster. Su Yumeng took Su Qingyue's hand and dragged her forward, excited like a child. Chen Wei and Su Mengdai followed behind. His eyes fell on Su Mengdai, and Chen Wei was filled with admiration. He didn't expect that in such a noisy environment, she could still type normally, as if she had actively blocked out the signals from the outside world. Why are you staring at me? Su Mengdai turned her head and glanced at Chen Wei. I just think you are amazing, third sister. If it were me, I would definitely not be able to write a single word in this environment. Awesome? Are you talking about this? Su Mengdai handed the phone screen to Chen Wei. The face screen is so noisy, exclamation point. If she had known she shouldn't have gotten out of the car and stayed in it. Now that the tickets have been paid, how can there be a reason to go back? After queuing up to ride the roller coaster, Chen Wei was still a little nervous when he actually got on it. He was afraid of heights in his previous life, and I wonder if that would be preserved in his memory. Are you scared? Su Mengdai asked. A little bit. I've never sat on it before, Chen Wei admitted. Su Mengdai stretched out her hand. If you are scared, just hold on to me. Yeah. Chen Wei put his hand on it. The roller coaster started slowly, getting faster and faster, rushing to the top, and then suddenly diving down. After the whole process was over, it was not as scary as Chen Wei had imagined. He didn't even feel anything. However, Su Mengdai clenched her hands tightly when she rushed down. Chen Wei could clearly feel the cold sweat oozing from her palms. Chen Wei, although my shooting skills are not as good as yours in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, the same may not be true in the real world. Do you dare to compete? Coming to the shooting game area, Su Yumeng challenged Chen Wei, intending to avenge her previous defeat. Each of us has 10 bullets. Let's see who can shoot down the most presents. I win. From now on, you must call me Big Sister. What if I win? Will you call me brother? Chen Wei asked back. Bar. Who wants to call you elder brother? At most, you can call me brother. Deal. This time it's permanent. Su Yumeng always felt like she had been cheated. Especially after seeing Chen Wei's confident expression. She couldn't help but wonder, could this guy be a master? Now that things have come to this, she can only take one step at a time. Su Yumeng is still quite confident in her marksmanship. Boss, give me 20 bullets. Su Yumeng put the money on the table. Okay. The boss divided the 20 plastic bullets into 2 plates and placed them in front of Chen Wei and Su Yumeng. Quick reload. Aim. Just wait for you to call me Big Sister. This boy is awesome. Isn't this too accurate? A perfect marksman. Just as Su Yumeng was getting ready, she heard a burst of heated discussions. It was noisy, very noisy, and it affected her performance. She stood up and was about to speak when she saw Chen Wei holding a bunch of dolls in his arms. She urged him, "Hurry up, sister, go buy me some ice cream. If you're late, it will melt." Su Yuman counted them and found there were 9. 10 bullets, hit 9. Although Su Yuman was confident in her shooting skills, she could only shoot 2 or 3 at most. If she wants to beat Chen Wei, she has to beat 10 of them, or at least 9 to be considered a tie. How to play this? I don't want to play anymore. Su Yuman was no longer in the mood. Chen Wei picked up the toy gun on the table, and waves of shocking sounds came again. This time, Chen Wei hit all 10 targets. Is it because he is a good shot? No, in fact, it is because this kind of reality game also falls within the scope of games, and the title of game Lucky Star can also play a role. Young man, uncle will give you 100 yuan. Go to other stalls to play. Their rewards are better than mine. The stall owner placed the dolls on the table one by one and also gave him 100 yuan. You keep the money yourself. I only need 4. Chen Wei picked out 4 dolls from the 19 and took them away. He couldn't take more than that. What's more, it wasn't easy for them to do business. Thank you, young man, said the stall owner with emotion. Even though it was a blood loss. Chen Wei stuffed one of the dolls into Su Yuman's arms. Why don't you thank your brother? Chapter 29. I'm not here for a blind date. Holding the penguin doll, Su Yuman had already blown the whistle. Now she wanted to regret it. She was not so thick-skinned. She said in a voice as soft as a mosquito's hum, "Thank you, brother." "You're welcome." Chen Wei puffed out his chest and raised his head, walking towards Su Qingyu with pride. Su Yuman clenched her fists. She really wanted to hit him. But after thinking carefully about Chen Wei's muscles, he shook his head and decided to forget it. He can probably knock out half of my health with just one punch. Sister, this is for you. Chen Wei handed the lion doll to Su Qingyu and the frog to Su Mengdai. Eat it quickly, or it will melt. Su Qingyu put the ice cream cone in Chen Wei's hand. Xie Wei, you are really amazing. I heard that in places like this, the bosses usually make things difficult to hit the target. Sometimes, even if you hit the target, you may not win the prize. Maybe it's because I'm lucky. Chen Wei didn't elaborate. Afterwards, they went on the pirate ship, the carousel, and finally the Ferris wheel. From high in the air, you can have a panoramic view of the entire amusement park, as well as the vague outline of the city in the distance. It would definitely be more beautiful at night when the lights are on. I'm full and have had enough fun. I feel like I'll never get tired of this kind of life no matter how many times I do it. Su Yuman said contentedly while sitting in the passenger seat. After returning home, Su Mengdai was the first to take off her shoes and rushed to the second floor. She was very happy after playing all day, but she still had more than 10,000 words of manuscript to finish, and it seemed that she would not be able to sleep before midnight tonight. Sister, I'm going to go out for a walk to digest the food. Chen Wei was really full, so he changed into sportswear. Okay, be careful. Su Qingyu agreed. If you're full, just lie down and do your best. Why are you running around outside? Su Yuman complained. If you continue like this, it won't be long before you become the fattest person in our Su family. Su Qingyu rolled her eyes at Su Yuman. She is such a lazy bum, how dare she complain about others? Sister, you really like to joke. Our Su family's daughters have never had the gene to gain weight. Su Yuman said confidently. If our ancestors knew you were wasting their excellent genes, they would probably be so angry that they would die. Su Qingyu didn't want to say anything more. The villa hadn't been cleaned for a while. Today was a good time, so why not do a long-awaited spring cleaning? Looking at Chen Wei again, he was strolling aimlessly along the river, just wanting to make his stomach feel better. Why is that tree gone? He suddenly noticed that the originally towering tree was now just a stump. These people are just growing there and are not causing any trouble. Why should we cut them down? Chen Wei sighed and continued walking forward. Grandpa, that person over there looks like the person from yesterday, right? The girl pointed. Hurry up and take a look. The old man concentrated his energy on his dantian and took 2 steps at a time, trying to catch up with Chen Wei. With Chen Wei's senses, he quickly discovered the 2 of them. What do this old man and young want to do? Wondering, he subconsciously quickened his pace. Are you trying to test me? Seeing this, the old man hurriedly quickened his pace to avoid being left behind by Chen Wei. Grandpa, wait for me. The girl stood there in a daze, somewhat at a loss. In the blink of an eye, they were already several hundred meters away from him. The girl was a little angry, so she took out her phone and said, "Hey, drive my sports car over here. It's by the river in Area C." Although Chen Wei has the strength of a kung fu master, it is still too difficult for him to compete with the sports car in speed. He is soon blocked by the girl's drift. "Young man, don't run. We don't want to embarrass you." The old man caught up with him and put his hand on Chen Wei's shoulder, panting. "Our blind date's so hardcore now." An old man, accompanied by a girl of the same age as him, stopped him. There was no grudge between them, and Chen Wei could not think of any other reason except that he was attracted by his beauty. "Blind date? Who wants to go on a blind date with you?" The girl blushed. "Yuan, don't be rude," the old man scolded. Yuan felt aggrieved, but she did not dare to disobey her grandfather. "My dear, I'm not here for a blind date. If you're here for a blind date, this is a ghost story." Liu Bowen laughed and thought Chen Wei was a very humorous person, so he didn't take it seriously. "I saw you split the ancient tree in two with one punch before, so I wanted to ask, who is your master and what kind of kung fu you practiced?" Liu Bowen explained his purpose. "Master? I don't have any master." After answering, Chen Wei was stunned. "It turned out that I was the one who broke the tree. I am so strong." Chen Wei clearly remembered that he had not even used half of his strength at that time. If all of this is used. Self-study. Liu Bowen originally thought that Chen Wei had such terrifying strength because of his talent and a good teacher. Now it seems that I really underestimated him. Monster, what a monster! If Chen Wei hadn't looked young and spoke in a childish manner, Liu Bowen would have really suspected which old monster had come out of retirement in the guise of a fake human. Then let's talk about blind dates. My granddaughter's name is Liu Yuan, she's 19 years old, she likes martial arts, and her academic performance ranks first in the grade. Grandpa! What are you doing? Liu Yuan lied and almost didn't react. Chen Wei was the same, marveling at the old man's quick reaction speed. Grandpa, I have no plans to get married yet. Chen Wei declined. It's okay, my granddaughter is young, she can wait. Liu Yuan. Chen Wei. Grandpa, if you keep talking nonsense, I'm leaving. Liu Yuan restarted the sports car. Grandpa, if you have anything to say, just say it directly. Chen Wei said bluntly. Actually, I just want to ask you, what is the secret to such rapid progress? Liu Bowen felt that he had been stuck in a bottleneck for many years and had not been able to break through, so he wanted to ask Chen Wei for advice. After all, he is young, but his strength is more than 10 times that of mine. The secret? The secret is luck. Chen Wei replied. We can't let Liu Bowen fantasize that one day he will be able to awaken a sign-in system, right? Lucky. This may sound a bit pretentious, but if you think about it carefully, it does make sense. Write more about my advice, my friend. One word from you is worth 10 years of reading. Liu Bowen said with a fist salute. What did I say? Do you think it's better than reading for 10 years? Chen Wei suddenly remembered a saying, when you are successful, even if you say a pile of shit smells good, people will believe you. Now it seems that it was true. I guess Liu Bowen has already imagined several thousand words of content from just a casual remark I made. On the contrary, Liu Yuan saw it very clearly and knew that Chen Wei was just dealing with Liu Bowen. Why would someone tell you the secret of success? It would only create more competitors for you.